Hello! Hello, everybody! Wow, it's been a while, huh? It's been pretty much almost a week since I was last live, which is kind of crazy. But hello, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone is having a great time. The football season has officially started. I hope my commands are working. Hold on, let me check my chat as well. It is working. Hell yeah. We got a couple of new stuff here, but I would like to go ahead and get started with episode 1 of my new podcast. And let me tell you, we need to go on ahead and get started here. I actually have a whole layout for this, so I hope you guys are excited as I am. Let me just go ahead and just double check things first. Okay. Great. So we are going to... Perfect. This is perfect, actually. Perfect. Nice. Okay. If you guys are watching, let us know. I hope everyone's having a good one today so far. I am not finished trying to share my stream out, so give me a second. So Mario Kart World afterwards. Make some predictions and more. Playing some Mario Kart World afterwards. There we go. Nice, perfect. Nice. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and get started here. What a day, huh? All right. So, if you guys are watching, let us know. I hope everyone's having a good one so far. And I hope that... Hold on. All right. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get started here. So... live for episode 1. Join chat and give your thoughts. If you are joining call, please let me know first. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. Let's not waste any more time. So how we're going to do this is, because it's a podcast, we are going to go ahead and just not give any sort of, we're not going to give any music here. So it's going to sound a little barren, I'm not going to lie. But once again, this is kind of like a whole test run. So let's see how it goes. So here we go. This is the first episode of Talking Football with Larlar, where we are going to be pretty much... We have a whole agenda. Don't worry, we have a whole agenda on our hands. And so let me just go ahead and get... Oh, no. Wait, I'm not ready yet. Hold on. Just going ahead and get started here. Here we go. Perfect. All right, here we go. I might actually have to put on music for myself, because that is just... There's no way I'm not... It's gonna get too fucking, weird. Westfield Diner. And of course, you know, if there needs to be some sort of, if there needs to be some sort of, fucking, music in the background, then I'll do it. But for right now, no. Alright, let me just figure something out in terms of menu. What do I want? I don't even know what I want. I had a burger the other day. Yo, rapper? Whoa. I'll be honest, I don't even know what I want. Here we go. All right, let me just do a double check. What's up, King? How's it going, man? All right. So, of course, we are going to go through things, right? And we're just going to go ahead and just hope that everything goes well. Of course, we are going to make this podcast more better as time goes on. I just wanted to go ahead and see and hopefully go like, hopefully this episode 1 is like a nice test run. So hopefully, things aren't too crazy. So here we go. Let's get started. Let me just make sure that I do not have any music going through my mic here. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay. All right, I'm gonna unmute here. Hello, everybody. Not have started officially yet, but I am live. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Is Max here?
Sorry, my fans are going absolutely crazy.
Hello.
So, hello.
All right. So I am going to show a very nice, interesting layout for this podcast specifically. It's going to be very interesting. Obviously, once again, we are not we are not professional. We are not professional. We just do this for the love of the game, All right, here we go.
Do this for the love of the game.
Gonna do this for the love of the game. Okay, here we go. Talking Football with Larlar, episode 1. Here we go, chat. Here we go. So I'm gonna officially start.
Clapping your hands.
We are going to officially start this momentarily, but all right. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna officially start it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say everything that I needs to be said, and then yeah, here we go. Obviously, one thing that I will ask everybody is to make sure that we aren't interrupting each other so much. This is not a debate. We are just simply trying to just talk about football. That's it. And to anyone in chat, you guys are free to join the conversation. You guys feel free to, as it says on the bottom right here, feel free to join the convo by chatting in. I read chat, so if you have anything to say, I will obviously read it. So make sure you guys go ahead, and I hope you guys, I hope you guys go ahead and chat in and whatnot. So in terms of where this podcast is going to be, it's going to be on YouTube tomorrow at 12 o'clock. In terms of Spotify and I don't fucking know how that works. So we'll figure it out as we go. All right, we will figure it out as we go. All right,
find out.
Let's get started. Here we go. All right. Let me just do this because there we go. Perfect. Okay. Here we go.
Go we here.
So what?
I said go we here.
Oh. All right. Here we go. Welcome to the premiere episode of my football podcast, Talking I already messed up here. Talking Football with Larlar. Hello, everybody. Welcome to all the watchers and viewers and listeners from around the world. My name is AZLarlar. I am a content creator on Twitch, and I do videos on YouTube. And I am starting this weekly podcast with some of my friends who will be guests from here time and time again. We love the sport that is American football, and of course every September we always look forward to the NFL season. Who will make it to the Super Bowl in February? Who will be a great team? Who will be a bad team? And etc. As King says it in the chat, the Twitch chat, we are doing this live, by the way, on twitch.tv/AZLarlar. Links, of course, always in the description. But let me tell you, a very interesting week one, of course. But once again, all the links in terms of where you can follow, make sure to hit that follow button, subscribe to your boy. And every single time this podcast goes live, we are on live right now, Wednesday, September 10th. But this podcast is always mostly going to be on Tuesdays live on twitch.tv/AZLarlar around 7:30 p.m. Eastern to 8. And then it will be live the next day on my AZLarlar Plus channel at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So let's say, for example, if you need like a little break from work and you want to have a little listen of some football from a bunch of people who are not professionals, by the way, I have to give a very solid disclaimer in terms of whoever listens to this podcast. It could be like, I don't know, it could be from, I don't know, Stephen A. Smith or even, Saquon Barkley. We are not professionals. We are only mere fans of the beautiful sport that is American football. I love American football so much to the point where I was like, you know what? I might as well go ahead and make some sort of podcast to, just talk about it, because why not? I think I can do it. And so we are going to be recapping every single week, the previous week, that is the NFL. So with the way how this works is we are going to go over a bunch of my pick'ems from the previous week, and then we are going to be talking about the recap that was the entire NFL slate of 1 p.m. games, 4 p.m. games, Sunday Night Football, Brazil game, Monday Night Football, because was this potentially the best week one NFL slate of some time? Oh man, let me tell you. So after the entire recap of slate of football, we will then go ahead and just get a little taste of like the outcomes, some storylines that have happened over the past couple of hours, regarding some cuts, some moves, some injury updates, and then of course we're going to also recap the fantasy football league that I created with a bunch of my friends, with 11 other of my friends. We will go over who won, and we will go over what the next matchups will be like for the upcoming week. And then we will give our predictions for week 2 of the NFL season, which begins tomorrow night, September 11th, with the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Commanders. So, with that being said, hello, welcome to the podcast. Once again, I'm your host, AZLarlar, and I also have RBM and Just Maxim.
That's me.
Hello, guys.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro? What's up,
Hello.
What's up, nigga? What's up?
So, of course, once again, this is going to be like an unfiltered podcast. We can talk about whatever, but of course, the main focus is going to just be American football. And once again, if you guys are watching live here on Twitch, you guys are able to go ahead and join in the chat. Chat in, please, in terms of what you guys think about the specific topic that is being, talked about. So, let's go ahead and talk about the first thing that is on, well, not on everybody's mind, but let's go ahead and talk about week 1 pick'ems. How did I do? Well, let's go ahead and go through this. Similarly, wrote the script week 1, just saying. That's what King said. One of my other good friends here, he's a Dolphins fan, which, oh boy, we will get to them in a second here. But anyways, We went 9-7 over the course of the week 1 slate here. I don't know where my thing went, but I thought I was here. Okay, yeah. Wait. Oh, that's very interesting. I don't know where my pick'ems went for the thing. I thought everything was good here. Oh well.
I guess not.
Okay, I'm gonna cut this out. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to my
You
pick'ems.
said don't out me like that.
Don't out me like that. I didn't deserve that. My bad, bro. My bad.
No, my fault, Blue. My fault.
My bad. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're gonna back in it. Go back here. So let's talk about our predictions here or at least my predictions from week 1 here. I had the Philadelphia Eagles going up against Cowboys. They won, of course. And then I also picked the Chiefs here, but we lost that one because the Chargers always just, for some reason, do not show up against the Kansas City Chiefs, but this time they did. So I lost that pick'em. And then the Browns usually always have Joe Burrow's number. They always struggle against the Browns for some reason. So I had picked the Browns, but then again, the Bengals went ahead and just decided to win, but it was a very blah win. The Miami Dolphins, I picked them to win against the Colts, but they got absolutely smacked here, 33-8 in Indianapolis. And then the Raiders with the Patriots. I picked the Patriots to win it, but this was honestly a toss-up matchup here, but the Raiders won it. The Commanders, of course, would win against the New York Giants. The Saints are pretty much against the gutter here, but the Cardinals won it 20-13.
We are dog shit.
I, of course, picked my New York Jets up against the Steelers, which we almost won, by the way. But unfortunately, we could not come away with the win because Aaron Rodgers became Aaron Godgers. The Tampa Bay Bucks went up against the Falcons, where I actually changed my pick last second here. I picked the Falcons over the Bucks, but the Bucks won it 23-20. The Jaguars went over in Jacksonville against the Carolina Panthers in a disappointing debut from Bryce Young and the Panthers, but the Jaguars went ahead and won it. And then the Broncos won against Titans. I got them. The Niners won against the Seattle Seahawks. I picked the Lions to win against the Packers, but unfortunately, the Packers showed up and the Lions did not. The Rams would win against the Texans, and then Bills and the Ravens the Bills would win against the Ravens in pretty much game of the year already. And the Vikings went up against the Bears. So we went 9-7 here. So it's not terrible. I mean, but of course we will go on to week 2. So yeah. King in the chat, by the way, he said, man picked against G Goat Smith. Look, man, it was a toss-up, you didn't really know how the Raiders would, you just didn't know how the Raiders would go on ahead and do here. So, I mean, I just picked the Patriots. Obviously not a great choice there, but it's okay. But with that being said, let's move on to our slate of football. And lo and behold, let's go ahead and get started here. He said, but they're the Patriots. Hey, look, man, I don't want to give any sort of credit to the Patriots at all, but it is what it is. But let's go on ahead and talk about now in terms of how long we talk about these games. I don't want to talk about it too much. Come on, man, fuck the Patriots. Hey, you're right. Which is why next week we are not going to be picking them, so it doesn't matter. Anyways, so in terms of how we go through each game, we're not going to really exactly talk about each game so long, at least I hope not. But we will just go ahead and give our thoughts, our, just overall feeling of each team. And then we will just move on to the next game. So let's start with this game right here. The absolute kickoff game from Thursday night on September 4th, 2025. The the Eagles spit on the boys 24-20 in the kickoff game.
Dak
Guys,
instigated it, just saying.
wait, we just said what?
I said Dak instigated it, just saying.
Oh, Dak instigated it, just saying, well, let's go on ahead and let's start talking about let's just start talking about what our feelings were with this game. So first things first, I think, for me personally, the Eagles were very interesting. I mean, the Eagles are the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions. So you obviously are going to go into this game over a Dallas team that we really don't have anything to know about. First year head coach and Brian Schauhammer. And then you obviously have Dak, which his expectations are pretty much like, well, it's Dak Prescott and he's only gotten us this far. But then also the obvious bombshell of a trade of Jerry Jones trading Micah Parsons a couple weeks before the if not the week before the kickoff game. So in terms of me, I mean, the Eagles, they looked they pretty much looked back in form, at least their offense did. It's just that, when it comes down to their defense, there was a lot of sus things about their defense. I thought there were, especially with Jalen Carter being out of the rest of the game, not even taking a snap because he spat in the direction of Dak Prescott. I'm pretty much spat on him anyway.
Not just in the direction, he spat on Dak Prescott.
Yeah, so kind of crazy, I mean, a pretty dumb move. That's not really
dumbass.
It's not really, come on, Jalen. Obviously you can't do that.
Let's just call it what it is. It was a bonehead move.
It was an absolute boneheaded move from Jalen Carter, and obviously he now knows that he should never do that ever again, or else he will potentially get suspended the next potential game. But we're gonna talk about that later. So, in terms of the Eagles, I thought, well, they're the Eagles, they're the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. I didn't really see anything that crazy other than their defense not really being, especially their secondary, because Dak Prescott really looked pretty decent here. And when we look at his statistics, 21-34, 188 yards passing, no touchdowns, but he also had no interceptions. So he didn't turn the ball over. He didn't get any sacks. So, I mean, honestly, clean game. Should have gotten a touchdown near the end there, but it is what it is. CeeDee Lamb could not catch a ball in that fourth quarter. We have to talk about that. But the thing is, 7 receptions, 110 yards from CeeDee Lamb. And then George Pickens also in his debut, not terrible. I mean, 3 receptions for 30 yards. And Javonte Williams was pretty good on the Dallas end here. In terms of the Eagles, once again, Saquon is Saquon, Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts, a bunch of touchdowns, a bunch of tush pushes once again. But I think the thing that we really have to start thinking about is potentially that secondary of the Eagles defense. So what are you guys' thoughts?
To be fair, that game was like a tale of two games. That first half, all offense. That second half, after that weather delay, was all defense. It's like all of a sudden, after that weather delay, that Eagles defense was like, wait a minute, we need to lock the fuck in and stop Dak Prescott. We need to stop CeeDee Lamb. We need to stop them from advancing the field. And that's what they did. At the same time, though, it's kind of like both offenses after that weather delay just shut off.
I mean, whenever it comes to a weather delay, and you obviously have to warm up, because that weather delay was also very, very, it wasn't crazy long, but it definitely took an hour just to get everybody back onto the field, start to warm up, and then they had to start everything over. Yeah.
And I think it killed any momentum the Eagles offense might have had at the time. True that.
Also, King, they did do some tush pushes to, just to freaking, advance the ball for a first down. But
they did a few tush pushes, just not as many as they normally do.
Yeah.
Honestly, even just going off from the game, going back to that spin situation, I feel like there's a difference here between spitting someone's direction and then spitting on that nigga. This is all I'm saying, Because I feel like Jalen Carter is a lot more in the wrong than Dak Prescott, even though I don't fucking like the Cowboys.
Oh, absolutely.
But yeah. But then going to the game, As a Commanders fan myself, you know, I'm happy the Cowboys defense look not garbage, but not how it would look with Michael Parsons. And the Eagles secondary, that shit does not look good. Does not look good. Adoree Jackson did not look good in that game at all.
Now, obviously, this goes for every team as well, but this is week 1, so everything is kind of just like probably everybody's just trying to get out of their rust, and this is the first football game that matters on basically what goes down on the field. So maybe it's just a bunch of rust. Maybe the Eagles defense just kicks up next game. Who knows? I mean, look, the Eagles are still the Eagles. They are probably we'll probably do some power ranking segment at some point in the future. But if we had to put the Eagles on a power ranking, they're definitely still up there. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But what I feel like we have to start talking with Cowboys specifically before we go ahead and move on to our next game. But Dak Prescott did not look that bad at all. If anything, he looked very comfortable in that pocket. Once again, we noted that Dak had no sacks. He didn't take any sacks in the game. That's because I feel like he really had a lot of time in the pocket when it mattered. It's just that, unfortunately, when it came down to these throws to CeeDee Lamb in the fourth quarter, he just could not convert any of them, which is very unfortunate. So
I think that also had to do with Jalen Carter being ejected, because to be fair, Jalen Carter is their best pass rusher.
That is very true. That is very true. Which,
for him to pull a boneheaded move like that, it almost screwed them in the end.
I agree.
And so yeah, you're correct. Dak had all day to throw to whoever the fuck he wanted. If he wanted to throw to CeeDee Lamb, he had plenty of time to do so. He wanted to throw to George Pickens, he had plenty of time to do so. He wanted to check it down to Devontae, he had plenty of time to do so.
And they would all drop it.
Yeah, unfortunately, CeeDee Lamb that second half, his hands were just for decoration. Either that, or he gave it to Quentin Johnson the next game. I don't know.
I just think, for me personally, I think we have to give Dak some credit because he really almost won them that game. And yeah, maybe if Jalen Carter was on that field, maybe it's obviously a different score. But we will never know. We will never know.
We'll never know.
We will never know.
So let's move on to the next thing on our agenda. Let's talk about the next game here. So let me tell you, I don't remember the stat of it, but this is the Brazil game now. The Chargers finally show up against the Chiefs in Brazil.
Brazil, baby. So,
when it comes down to this game, first things first, let's talk about the quarterbacks. Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. That's not obviously going to go ahead and change.
It has been, yeah.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes was still he still had a great showing. There was still that diving throw across the field where he got a first down, man. And I'm pretty sure that was to Hollywood Brown, I think.
It was either him or Pacheco, one of the two.
Well, no matter what, whoever caught that ball, crazy, crazy play from Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is currently absolutely one of the GOATs of the quarterback position at the moment. And so,
was it Juju?
King says it was Juju in the chat. Maybe it was Juju.
It might have been Juju.
I would show footage, but I don't want to get screwed by the NFL. So I'm not going to go ahead and, NFL, if you're watching, we are doing this simply because we love the game, okay? So just letting you guys know. Anyways, Patrick Mahomes, he still looked like Patrick Mahomes. Justin Herbert, though, start talking about him. 25-34, 318 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, took 3 sacks, though, but that man looked comfortable aside from his, with all his weapons of Keenan Allen and Ladd McConkey, and Quentin Johnson finally has hands. Holy moly. This is potentially a breakout season for him. Thoughts?
Maybe. I mean, he's finally starting to show up. He's finally starting to look like he was at TCU, and credit to Justin Herbert. I heard he's working with Harbaugh a little bit more, And I think Harbaugh's kind of like showing him some stuff to help him improve as a quarterback, help him be more comfortable in the pocket so that he's, not running for his life.
That's true.
Yeah.
He
And
was still stacked 3 times though, but
he
that's
was
just
still sacked 3 times. However, he looked good. He looked damn good.
I think if Rashawn Slater was there, it probably would be like not entirely non-sack, but at least like less than 3. Maybe like 2, maybe like 1 maybe.
That is true.
Since Rashawn
Because
Slater's out,
That's
yeah.
true, that's
that
true.
is that is very true. He got injured literally like the week before, right? Before the season started.
Yeah.
Way before, yeah.
And
Very
of course-
unfortunate.
And of course, Patrick Mahomes was Patrick Mahomes. He is a freaking magician.
Yep. And King
Yeah.
said in the Twitch chat that
Oh,
it
it was
was to
Juju,
Juju.
okay.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
But yeah, Patrick Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. He looked like a magician out there, like he always does. We got to talk about that Chiefs defense because
Ugh.
Herbert was slicing them up all night long.
I was definitely going to say as well, that did not look like a Spagnuolo defense at all. Like, in terms of not Mahomes, Herbert, like passing it to let's take a look at these stats here really quick. Johnson, 5 receptions, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 targets. McConkey, 6 receptions, 74 yards receiving. Keenan Allen, 7 receptions, 68 yards receiving with 1 touchdown. He also had his tight end Tyler Conklin, former Jet, 2 receptions for 50 yards. He also had Disley there. But then you also look at like these long plays here. 33 yards from Herbert to Johnson. That was long play there. 23 to McConkey, 15 to Allen. So this Chiefs secondary, very questionable at the moment.
Yes, and keep in mind, this is a Greg Roman offense doing this to them.
Yeah, and King says in the chat, Patrick was the only one who showed up in week 1. I pretty much agree with that.
I disagree.
Well, you can go ahead and say why you disagree.
I disagree because Justin Herbert looked probably the most competent he has ever looked.
Well, I mean, I think he's talking about only the Chiefs.
He's about only on the Chiefs. Yeah.
Oh, well, in that case, yeah, Patrick was the only one that showed up week 1. You're absolutely right.
But yeah, the Chiefs secondary did not look themselves at all. And
I think them losing Justin Reed might have been one of the reasons why.
Oof, that's a good read on there, honestly, because I'm not, unfortunately, like in terms of who they lost over the offseason, like yeah, Justin Reed, but in terms of like anybody else, I don't believe they made crazy changes to that defense. Yeah, Justin Austin's still there, Nick Bolton's still there, McDuffie, Tranquil, Karlaftis. So I'm not seeing that many changes. But again, Spagnuolo.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Yeah, go on.
Here's the thing. Justin Reed was the captain of that secondary.
True.
The fact that they lost him was like that was the heartbeat of that defense.
True.
So
Yeah,
that kind of changes like the whole dynamic of how that defense is going to look.
Because the Chiefs are still the Chiefs, somehow, some way they will figure this out probably next week anyway. So
Absolutely.
So I don't think there's anything that crazy when it comes down to it.
Yeah.
Well, other than that, it was a very entertaining game, though. Any other notes on this?
It really was.
Before we continue on, we have
I got nothing else on it.
Max.
Sorry, Steve.
Any other potential final notes before we move on to this next game here? 1:00.
I'll bring it up. I'll bring it up later when we get to that Sunday night game.
Oh, okay. So King says in the chat here, Twitch, I was also shocked that pass rush couldn't get to Herbert as efficiently, when they lost later. True. But that's because
keep in mind they also have Joe Alt.
That is true. But that offensive line did pretty well for Herbert though. So, yeah.
Yeah, we got to keep in mind that offensive line has some depth.
I think though the Chiefs will still figure it out at some point, but as of right now, it definitely looks a little questionable. It definitely still looks a little questionable. All right.
All right. Let's move on.
Let's move on to our 1 p.m. slate here now. Our first game is going to be with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Atlanta Falcons. And one last thing here from King. O-line is good, but Chiefs D-line should be scarier. I agree. I pretty much agree. And they will once again, they will figure it out. They will figure it out. It's the Chiefs. But let's move on to our Sunday slate here now. Let's go ahead. Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Atlanta Falcons. 23-20 was the final score. It came down to the final possession for this game. And the Bucks win a close one against the Falcons, but Penix shines in the loss. Sorry, on visually, that not everything is shown there, but we're going to try and figure this out really quickly. So any thoughts regarding this game here almost immediately?
I'm gonna be honest. Both teams look good to me. Like even if, like I still think even if Younghoe made that kick and they tied the game, I still think the Buccaneers still go down and win that game. But even then, the Falcons kept the close. Like this game is to determine who's winning that division.
I agree.
Because like both teams are really good.
That Falcons defense definitely looked improved. I will say so. I will still say that English. I will still say, however, that Bucks offense still looks as deadly as ever, even without Chris Godwin. To me, this one could have went either way.
With Mbuka, like a big addition from the draft with Mbuka, because let's take a look at the stats here once again. Mbuka was 4 receptions, 67 yards with 2 touchdowns, 2 of them. You know, Mike Evans had none.
Buccaneers are so greedy, bro. Buccaneers are so greedy, bro. Let me go get a wide receiver in the draft.
Let's be honest. Like, Mbuka looked like a solid WR2. Like, if Chris Godwin does not look the way Chris Godwin usually looks, after coming back from that ACL tear, I think Mbuka takes over as WR2. He looked good out there.
Godwin is also
retires wide receiver 1.
Oh yeah, that is true. But the thing is also, like, Godwin is coming off of like a very bad injury, so you know when it comes down to potentially him trying to perform, it unfortunately might not bring him as the same player. But what was it? A torn ACL, right? So
torn ACL, yeah.
I mean, players come back from torn ACLs all the time, but in terms of like when they come back, like how do they perform? Well, TBD. So
yeah.
In terms of how at least from what I've saw, yeah, the defense for the Falcons look good. Penix though, 27 for 42, 298 yards passing. He had 1 touchdown, 1 sack though, but he looked great. He had that rushing TD where he literally extended his arm to try and make sure that the ball crosses the plane.
Old job, bro.
He now look, I personally was not a Falcons believer before the season started. Going back to King here though, in the chat, he said how Baker Mayfield, a force no one ever expected. The Baker Mayfield still looks amazing. He still looks like a great quarterback, but we have to talk about Penix. I feel like I might be seeing the truth here in terms of the Atlanta Falcons.
All I'm saying is that nigga Michael Penix was a runner-up Heisman to Jaden Daniels, and you see how good Jaden Daniels looks. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, look, man. I think personally, I might see how the Falcons. I might be seeing this Falcons little hype here because they almost won this game if it wasn't for that game-winning drive where Baker throws it to Mbuka. So, yeah. Any other thoughts here?
I'll respond to King real quick. Baker Mayfield has always been a force. It's just he's finally beginning to show it. As far as Michael Penix goes, he looks solid so far. I do want to see more out of him. I do want to see him and Drake London develop chemistry. I do want to see him try at least to get it to Kyle Pitts a little more. And that defense, man, even though they lost, that is a defense to watch out for.
Definitely think. I know we're not on week 2 yet. Sorry, week 6 my bad.
I'm sorry?
Okay. No, you're on week 2 yet. But I feel like his first test is against that Vikings defense coming up.
Oh,
that Vikings defense is definitely really good. I'm not saying the Buccaneers defense isn't like terrible, but it's not like, not like crazy or anything.
I agree. That Bucks defense is like middle of the road.
Yeah.
They're not one to sleep on, but they're not really one to kind of like fear either.
Fair.
Yeah, I think Banks looked really good. I think his test against that Vikings defense coming up and later down the line when they face the Bills against Josh Allen, I think that's also a really big test. So, But I think if Penix keeps playing like how he does, the Falcons are going to look scary, bro.
Yeah, I might actually have to start believing in the Atlanta Falcons, but
I told you, bud.
We shall see, though. This is just week 1, all right? This is just week 1. Let's talk about the next game here. We have the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Cleveland Browns. I obviously had the Browns winning this game, but the thing was, they won 17-16, the Bengals did. But the Bengals pretty much almost had another week 1 blunder compared to last season, where they almost where they pretty much lost against the Patriots. So the Bengals, though, I mean, Burrow got sacked 3 times, but it felt like that he just kept getting killed out there. 14 of 23, 113 yards receiving only from the man with 1 touchdown. And when we look at the receiving here, I was wondering why my fantasy score was so low, but that man T. Higgins led the receiving, 3 receptions, 33 yards. And Chase only had 2 receptions, 26 yards. That Browns defense, of course, is always just going to be a force for some reason, but they couldn't get it done against Joe Burrow. But, oh man, I mean, this game was, I saw glimpses of this game, but every single time it just felt like that man Burrow just kept getting sacked. So... Thoughts?
This one was more or less the Browns kind of shooting themselves in the foot.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Max?
I think if Andre Schmidt didn't miss that fucking kick, I generally think the Browns win that game.
Yeah, their kicker definitely kind of screwed the pooch.
Yeah. The Bengals. Joe Burrow is such a hard topic, man. Because he looks so good all the time. But that team around him is just, except for Jamar Chase, it's not hot. It's not hot at all.
It's not hot right now, but
yeah,
I think give it a few weeks, he'll start cooking. I think the story is more or less the Browns, though, because
how so?
Joe Burrow looks how he always looks against the Browns.
Terrible.
It's just the Browns' offense looked so out of sync.
Well, let's talk about that Browns offense. I mean, Joe Flacco, once again, the GOAT. Well, not really, but, Joe Flacco, 31 of 45, 290 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Oh, well, so 2 interceptions, 2 sacks, that defense of the Bengals somehow, some way getting to him. But once again, it is the Cleveland Browns. But,
yeah.
What do we think about the Browns realistically during the season? It's always going to come down to some sort of quarterback controversy no matter what, only because Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel is literally on that fucking bench right now. So
I'm going to be completely honest when I say this, and I said this when we were doing our predictions. Oh, hello, Brandon. How's it going?
What's up, man?
What's up? I want to get in this conversation, but you keep going.
Yeah. I said this during our little predictions video that we did. The Browns are not going to be a good team. They're going to be one of those teams that has like a solid defense, but their offense, oh boy. It don't matter who's that QB. That offense is always going to look putrid, and somehow, some way, that offense is always going to lose them games.
I think also whenever it comes down to like looking at the stats too, like look at this rushing. Oh my goodness. 12 attempts for 29 yards for Sampson. Jerome Ford, 6 attempts, only 8 yards. Oh my goodness. And then for somehow, some way, Flacco here also ran for 6 yards somehow. The receiving though isn't that bad. I mean, Jerry Jeudy, 5 receptions, 66 yards. Sampson, 8 receptions, 64 yards. Fannin with 7 receptions, 63 yards. So they were definitely, I mean, Flacco was definitely throwing the ball. And I mean, that secondary for the Bengals is crazy bad anyway. It's bad anyway. So, I mean, he got that free yardage, which almost makes me like think of that. So, King says in the chat here on Twitch, I'm going to be honest. The only thing Bengals fans should be happy with is the win. This was a pitiful performance. I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely helps
but
them stay in like talks of playoffs if they keep this shit up well.
It is a divisional win, so it does help that in that regard. So yeah.
Yep.
Man, let me say something real quick. Let me cook real quick. All right.
We have Brandon here now in the podcast.
My God.
Chat, what's up, chat? What's up? See, nice to see you too, Max. So we talk about the Bengals and Browns game, right?
Yeah,
sure.
So here's the thing: the Browns defense, I think, are pretty underrated, right? You got Myles Garrett. They drafted Mason Graham, right? I don't know if Denzel Ward was playing or not that weekend. I didn't catch too much of that game.
Playing, yes.
He was playing. All right. That Browns defense is literally what keeps the Browns in the game. Like, if we're being honest. The fact that they were able to stop a high-powered offense with Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and everything like that, right? That says something because the 6 yards Joe Flacco got for running is probably because he was running for his life. So
true.
Overall, but on the Bengals side, I think Joe Burrow said this in his interview. He's like, "Yeah, we got the dub, but we got to capitalize. Like they literally can't go 16 more games like this. Like they can't. Like it's bad because their defense it's like the third, fourth year in a row where it's just bad. It was Trey Henderson. Now they got signed to 1 year, and then you got all these other guys. It's like I don't know. So we'll see what the Bengals look like this season, man.
With that,
it's like we mentioned earlier. Joe Burrow always struggles with the Browns, so it don't really matter how that Browns or how that Bengals offense looks. If Joe Burrow is struggling against that defense, then it's like, yeah, you got to capitalize, but it's like how?
Yeah.
I think also like when we say like the Bengals can't. Also, we need to move on to the next game. But when the Bengals the Bengals literally again cannot be like this, and of course it gets to the point where remember Trey Henderson made that 1 year deal, but he's gonna be gone next season anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
He's a UFA next season.
Yeah, I don't know why Max is like chuckling over there, but
I think we know exactly why.
King says here, my problem is the Browns pass rush is good, but so is the pass rush of the Ravens and Steelers. And yeah, that is going to be a big factor when it comes down to this. Bengals O-line, once again, King says, O-line can't be this bad if they want to expect to win all of these ball games.
Exactly.
All right, let's move on to the next game. We have now here, and this is going to be a very interesting discussion because the person who is fan of said team is actually here. So this is perfect timing for Brandon. Let's talk about hold on a second. Let me just adjust this on my end here on stream, but let's go ahead and talk about how ETN carries the Jaguars in the win in weather delay against the Panthers 26-10. Well, let's go ahead first and let's give the floor to Brandon here since he is the Panthers fan.
All right, Chad. Y'all don't know me. I'm a Panthers fan, right? I'm born and raised in Carolina. Still live in Carolina. Yes. So I'll be non-biased. Here. I obviously coming into this game, I was like 50-50. I was like, I don't know which way it's gonna go. Sometimes are we gonna get number 1 overall pick Trevor, or are we gonna get just Trevor like when he was under the Urban Meyer regime, right? So it's like, who are we gonna get here? But on the Panthers side of the ball, we did not look good. Like we did not look good. Bryce was holding on the ball for too long for some things, and the O line was kind of cracking down. Our receivers couldn't catch. Panthers Nation is already calling Xavier Legette to get traded. Like Panthers fans are already
The
mad
holy
about
fuck.
that. They already calling for Xavier Legette to get traded. They're already telling Dave Canales to get out of town. Like they're telling him, and like it's bad. And on the defensive side of the ball, chat, like Derek Brown was like non-existent. I didn't hear his name called at all that game. The only people that was kind of cooking was J.C. Horn with that one-handed interception. But we could not stop the run whatsoever because ETN ran for Larlar how many yards?
ETN ran for 16 attempts, 143 yards, with his longest being the 71 big yarder.
Right, exactly. So, and that was up the middle, down the left side of the field. So we couldn't stop the run at all. Jaguars, I will say, Jaguars look really, really good with their run game. We didn't see much of Travis Hunter. I mean, he had like a couple catches and he played a couple defensive snaps, but nothing too crazy there. But on the Panthers side, we got to get much better on all that. I mean, we got the weapons for Bryce Young. I know we traded Thielen away, but we still got McMillan, who is a dog.
Five receptions, 68 yards, by the way.
Right, dog. So, in Legette, who has a lot of upside, but it's just like, we still haven't seen it yet, and Coker's injured, and, and we got Hunter Renfrow, but he took a bunch of shots. Like, so the Jaguars defense, I will say, they came to play. Jaguars defense was on a roll, and Trevor did what he needed to do. He wasn't a game changer. He managed the game well, so. On to week 2 for the Panthers, but that's my thoughts there.
19 of 31 for T-Law here, 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. But ETN was once again the star of the show here today. I mean, the Jaguars at least look pretty decent, but the Panthers still, oh man, like I really hope Bryce Young transforms into like I just hope he gets better because I want Bryce Young to at least be, because 18 for 35, 154 yards with 1 tud and two interceptions, it's not going to do it, man. He can't be doing that every single week. So I really hope it turns out that, he gets out of this slump, but especially with what happened like last year where he started to pretty much like get all these games close. Yeah, he got the Chiefs one close, the Eagles one close, but man, maybe it's just some, like early season slump, like once again just getting the rust out. But any other thoughts here before we move on?
All right, Max, do this with me.
Duval. But you want to talk about this shit? I want to talk about the Panthers because it pains me so bad watching that matchup, bro.
Go ahead.
Bryce Young, man, he about to come out here, bro, beast on this ass defense, and Travis Hunter, bro. And I was like, man, what? They need to. I know you can't just keep replugging and unplugging him. You can't just keep doing that shit to him because. But I was so ready for Bryce Young to break out, and this shit just. I don't know. I mean, if I gotta see a new game, if I gotta see how they do against the Cardinals coming up, sure. If he does well there, maybe. But it just don't look too hot. And I need to honestly see a lot more from Travis Hunter because we gotta talk about these rookies, bro. Because they did not do shit. Except for maybe Cam Moore, but even then, these niggas are.
Yeah, and I'll end off with this too. Like,
except my rookie, of course.
Of course. And I'll end off with this too, Larlar. I also think a lot of it has to fall on the coaching as well because we were way too conservative this game. There was no deep shots. There was no crazy trick. Like there was no like a little bit of trick plays. There was not a lot of RPOs. And then in the defensive side, it was also pretty conservative with. Probably just like basics, like cover ones and a couple mans. Like a lot of the play calling was conservative. So I think also on the defensive side and offensive side, that needs to be changed up with Canales and all these guys. So I literally changed my profile picture to Bryce Young being the Grim Reaper. When Bryce Young does good, we call him the Grim Reaper. So I'm waiting for that to come to happen. So we'll see week 2.
And they reaped his talent away from him this matchup.
I hope it happens, but let's move on to the next game here, and let me just go ahead and get my headline for this so I can edit it on stream live. But now let's talk about. Well, I don't want to talk about this team, but I have to. Let's talk about how Pete Carroll and Geno Smith
Oh yeah.
debuted in a Raiders uniform and win in Foxborough against the New England Patriots 20-13. And King already saying it in the chat. G-Goat Smith. So, well, the Raiders didn't look bad at all. The Raiders looked great. The Patriots looked, I don't know. That was not a good impression. Not a good first impression there for the Patriots. But let's talk about Geno Smith here, man. 24 attempts, 34 yards, 362. That man was throwing the ball. 1 touchdown, 1 pick here, but he took 4 sacks. I mean, when it comes down to the Raiders offense, I mean, it looked okay. Obviously, they won. Genty had kind of a struggle here. 19 attempts for 38 yards with 1 touchdown. I mean, he'll obviously have his breakout game at some point. And Brock Bowers is once again an absolute beast with him going down with an injury, which hopefully that isn't that crazy. Jacoby Myers also 8 receptions, 97 yards. We almost had 2 players on the receiving end for the Raiders having over 100 yards receiving. And then Trey Tucker, Thornton, Mayer here, for the receiving end of the Raiders. The Patriots, though, what are our thoughts when we look at this game here? Also, before anyone says anything, King says, Raiders O-line just bad. Yeah, they pretty much have nobody there. They need to develop the run and can't allow that many sacks because poor Geno Smith.
Yeah, poor Geno and poor Ashton Jeanty. I mean, he didn't really get a whole lot of chances to shine that game. I think if that O-line develops a lot better than they have, Ashton Jeanty runs absolutely wild on whatever the Patriots call that secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing too, I mean, we know Geno can throw the ball. Like, I think half of last year he was leading the leads in like yards passing. So that doesn't surprise me. I think Genty, obviously, once he gets used, because the thing about it, right, in college, Genty used to just stand up and look over the line, right? I truly think him changing his stance now to being a little bit more bent over and everything changes a lot of stuff. So I think once he gets used to that, he'll have a breakout season. Brock Bowers is going to be Brock Bowers, right? I'm curious to see how long this injury is going to be for him, because if he's out for a little bit of time, that's going to change everything. And on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, I didn't really watch much on that, but I think it falls more on the Patriots. Like, I think Drake May, they need to capitalize more with that, because people are expecting big things from the Patriots this year. So I think Geno and Pete Carroll, they did their thing. I think Geno wasn't, trying too much. I think Pete Carroll coming back into the league, like, he knows what Geno's capable of because they were on the Seahawks together. So that plays a big difference there. So
it does. Geno's
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Geno's used to his system. I agree with Brandon wholeheartedly. I think that Raiders secondary is just not very good, but I also think Drake May should have capitalized more than he did. I think he needs to develop that chemistry because he has a superstar receiver in Stephon Diggs. He has a superstar running back in Ramondre Stevenson. If he and Travion Henderson can break out, that is a dual threat that people should be scared of. But right now they are looking like paper tigers.
And they drafted Will Campbell out of LSU.
And they drafted Will Campbell,
that is very true.
He struggled with Max Crosby, so
that's a tough task for a week 1 assignment. So
absolutely.
So, but then again, look at Joe Alt on the Chargers, right? When in his first year, or for example, when they faced the Chiefs just now, that man was locking up Chris Jones, right?
He was.
So, but he's still such a young player. That's what people kind of expect out of Will Campbell. This man can lock up. He can play left tackle. He can play right tackle. He's versatile. So, especially with being in New England under Vrabel, that's kind of expected, man. So, we'll see if he gets better throughout the season. But man, that was not a good showing.
I mean, in terms of receiving, Drake May at least did distribute the ball pretty well. Like Butte, fucking 6 receptions, 103 yards. Hunter Henry, 4 receptions, 66 yards. Stephon Diggs with 6 receptions, 57 yards. So at least he's getting the ball. It's just, once again, the offense is so shaky for the Patriots. I feel like with Mike Vrabel at the helm, they'll definitely like figure and fix that at some point. And McDaniels is back. So I mean, McDaniel is back. So I feel like they will get it figured out. I'm trying to say this as unbiased as possible, but you know, I think at some point, I think there will be some game where the Patriots will look better. But I mean, the Raiders just honestly just played tougher and better. So yeah.
Honestly, if Tua remembers to play football, they could, do lose next week.
Oh,
But
man.
honestly, if not, the Patriots might.
Right, and I'll add one more
But,
thing too. Yeah, and sorry, Maxwell. I'll add one more thing too. Is like they just traded away Jabril Peppers today, so now
Oh, fuck.
how's that secondary gonna look without him back?
Ass.
So
Except for Christian Gonzalez.
is Christian Gonzalez coming back? Like, is he coming back like next
Oh,
week?
shit. I didn't even know he was injured.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
wow.
he was injured out. He was injured this game.
Oh,
So
God.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so there's a chance that New England secondary looks even worse than it already does.
yeah, exactly right.
Through that.
Yeah.
Just a quick thing here before we get on to the next game. There were no updates to Brock Bowers as of the recording of this. So we don't know how that's gonna go. We don't know how that's gonna go for the Raiders, but they at least look decent. So let's hope it stays that way in a very competitive division of the AFC West.
And if anything, to look at, Drake May has time.
Oh my
It didn't look like it in that game though.
He had time to throw a pick.
That's crazy. All right. Let's move on to this next game. And honestly, I don't really want to dive too much into this game because I feel like there's really not much to talk about with this. But let's go ahead and just talk about it. I mean, the Arizona Cardinals went into New Orleans and beat the Saints 20-13 here. Depleted Saints, as we are. The Cards win against the depleted Saints 20-13. I mean, RBM, as the Saints fan here, is there really anything to talk about the Saints here?
That game went exactly how I thought it would go. To be fair, Alvin Kamara still looks like Alvin Kamara, which, in all honesty, is better than I had anticipated. But
Yeah, he's good.
unfortunately, I think as of right now, he is the whole offense. We don't have a quarterback. Our receivers can't get open. And our defense, while it looked solid, it's Kyler Murray. And we can't stop running quarterbacks to save our damn life. So, yeah. That went it went exactly as I thought it would.
Yeah, Spencer Rat. Oh yeah, go ahead, Max.
Sorry. Oh, okay. I mean, I feel like honestly, if that I don't know who was trying to catch that ball before the game ended, but if he caught that ball, I think I won. The Spencer Rattler ain't look like the worst thing alive. Look pretty decent. He seemed comfortable back there. I don't know, but
I was going to say, mentioned really quick here, Spencer Rattler went 27-46, 214 yards. He got sacked one time, though. Kamara, 11 rushing attempts with 45 yards. And I think it says a lot when the tight end, Jawan Johnson, is the leading receiver here. 8 receptions, 76 yards. And then Chris Olave also went down, I think. I'm pretty sure he went down, too, right?
Olave went down for a bit, but was cleared and came back in.
Yeah, man, I feel so bad with Chris Olave, man. Like, I feel like every year that man is just getting blown up by some type of hospital that's being thrown to him.
Yeah, we'll take care of him. Yeah.
Him and Shaheed both.
Yeah, and he has so much upside as well. It's just like, I don't know, man. I mean, RBM, you're right, because Kamara looked real good. I mean, like, right, Kamara, doing Kamara things, but like on your defensive side, you always, you got your Cam Jordans, you got your Jordan Davises, but
Mario
like,
Davis, yeah.
Mario Davis,
and we signed Justin Reed in the offseason.
Right. To replace Tyrann Mathieu. So it's like how's it gonna look moving forward?
How's it gonna look? I mean, it'll keep us in games. It's just our offense is what's going to hold us back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because I want so badly to see this Saints offense be good, or at least decent, while we have a beefy defense. Even though our corners are still developing, like we're still developing Kool-Aid McKinstry. Paulson Debo is okay. And while we got safeties like Justin Reed, we don't want to, waste his prime. So
Yeah.
our
We'll
defense
see.
is gonna look solid. I mean, yes, we still got Cam Jordan, we still got Demario Davis, but those two can't really carry the load, and like I said earlier, we can't stop running quarterbacks.
Yeah.
So people like Kyler Murray, Justin Fields, CJ Stroud, Dak Prescott, all of them, they're gonna run all over us.
Yep.
And it doesn't help that everybody's getting older too. I think
Yep.
we have to
And the
also.
team is getting
I thought-
older. Absolutely.
I thought Debo was on the Giants.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, you got Kellen Moore now. Let's see how he does throughout the season.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
true.
Kellen Moore's the first. Yeah, Kellen Moore's the first.
Oh,
First time head coach.
completely forgot. Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man,
So-
completely forgot. Oh man. Let's just quickly touch on the Cardinals here. I mean, the Kyler took 5 sacks, but 21 no 29, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yeah, it's obviously not good. And he did get a touchdown to Marvin Harrison for 5 receptions, 71 yards, 1 tud.
Marvin looked really good.
Yeah, Marvin looked good. Kyler, again, he should not be taking 5 fucking sacks, but I mean,
As a mobile quarterback, you should not be taking that much.
correct, yeah. But other than that,
That's the only.
I was-
That was the only positive I can say about that game is the fact that we got to Kyler Murray a few times.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, the offense again was okay, and it was at least able. It was enough to let them win the game. But Kyler needs to show something this season, man. Like he
needs to.
he is the number 1 pick of 2019, and they have gone to the playoffs once since then.
Once, yeah.
Yep.
I think it was like his second year, I want to say.
It was against the Rams. I know that.
Second or third year.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause they-
it was the third, I think.
Side note: he was playing that game sick.
That is true.
Yeah, I know that.
Yep. Man's
Yeah.
had food poisoning the night before.
Poor guy.
All right,
Yeah.
let's move on to the next game here. Oh man, this is going to be a very interesting topic, huh? Shall we? Danny Dimes.
Oh.
Danny Dimes shows off against the Miami Dolphins. Tua?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
boy.
Question mark, question mark, question mark. What is going on here? The Indianapolis Colts, somehow, some way, Pat McAfee actually got this one right. This man, Daniel Jones, let's take a look at his stat line. 22, 29, 272 passing yards with 1 touchdown. Took 1 sack, but this man was throwing it to Pittman, his new tight end, Tyler Warren, Pierce, and Jonathan Taylor was still Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
But
Man.
I feel like in terms of like the positive with the Colts, that offense looked great. I mean, oh my goodness, that man, Daniel Jones. There is some sort of thing here because R.I.P. Jim Irsay, by the way. R.I.P. Jim Irsay.
Yeah, of course.
R.I.P. Jim Irsay, yes, of course.
I'm very glad that they won that for Jim. But man, like I was not expecting a blowout here. 33-8 against the Miami Dolphins. That Colts offense looked great. That Colts defense looked great. This man Pat McAfee already saying they're going to the bowl. That's not happening, but
That's not happening, but
Daniel Jones
they-
looking comfortable, guys. I mean,
yeah, that Dolphins defense made Daniel Jones look like prime Peyton Manning out there.
Whoa. Okay. Well, let's relax.
whoa,
But
whoa, 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 whoa.
No,
Oh.
King's right. He looked too goddamn comfortable behind that offensive line.
Yeah, yo.
That Dolphins defense was not getting pressure on him except for that one sack at all. Is that Dolphins
Yeah.
defense cooked?
No, let me tell you. I think, man, I don't know how Dolphins fans. I'll be honest. I don't know how. I say pack up the Dolphins season. Like I think it's over.
Oh man, no.
I truly think it's over. Like hard. Oops. It,
Oh man, he's lagging.
He is roboting.
sorry, I'm getting emotional.
Oh.
It's
Oh,
hard.
man.
It's hard enough that like you go in there, and I know it's week 1. I know it's all of that. But having your franchise quarterback that you just signed to like a 5-year, how many? What, 260 million? How much was it? It was like
5-year,
like
262 million.
yeah, 262 million, and he plays like that off of their first showing. Like you can understand why Tyreek was like frustrated on the sideline. Like you can
Oh,
understand,
there's the Dolphins fan joining.
All right.
King, go on ahead.
but it was just bad. And give the Colts credit, they played super well. Daniel Jones slinging it, best I've seen Daniel Jones play in the NFL like to this date. I think it might be the system. I think it might be the system of like what he's got with. He got good receivers: Pittman, Downs, Mitchell. Tyler Warren looks really, really good. I mean,
And he has a good coach in Shane Steichen.
right. So we'll see what the Colts look like. Is this just a one-time game, one-time fluke, or is he going to pull like a last year Sam Darnold, for example? We'll see.
All right, before King speaks about his Dolphins real quick, just 2 things, right? 1, they're gonna lose to the Broncos next week. 2, let's just be real. I got a question. I know Daniel Jones won that, but do y'all think Anthony Richardson wins that game?
Yeah.
Yes. I do. Not by the margin Daniel Jones did, but yes, I think AR5 wins that game.
I think he'll win it, but not like that.
Yeah, word. I just want to see y'all. Just want to see what y'all, thinking about it.
All right, King. Go ahead, man.
All right.
Oh boy,
This was probably like I don't have access to watch Dolphins games. 1, because I'm working during Sundays, which sucks, but 2, because I live in the DMV, so I don't get access to the Dolphins game. I am more than happy I didn't get to watch this whole game because
man,
looking at the drives, looking at the stats, I would have been. I mean, I was truly depressed. Like, I actually was depressed after this game finished. I have never seen such incompetence in my entire life. Like, I'm sorry, Tua, you can't be clowned for however many years by being called Tua turned the ball over. And then on the first drive, throw a fucking interception. Like, and it's not even like, it was just a close play. No, you threw it straight to the man. Straight to him. And then you just don't have any sense of an offense throughout the entire game. Like,
to be fair, King, I think if you did watch that game live, you would have crashed just as hard as Tyreek Hill did on the sideline.
oh no, like this is the thing that irritated me is that Tyreek, as much as all the freaking offseason crap that he did after he said, he showed up. He tried. I could see that he tried.
Mm-hmm.
But the quarterback just couldn't give him the ball. I don't know if this is the play design by Mike McDaniel, because I'm going to be honest. After that 2023 season, where the Dolphins were easily the greatest, probably one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in the entire league, that 2023 season, which is what makes this more depressing. Is that, like, I saw a clip of this. It's like, we saw that 2023 season, and we thought that could be the standard, but it's looking like it was the peak.
Oh, man. Yeah.
And then, first, let me finish with the offense by saying this. We shouldn't have even scored 8 points. The touchdown, I don't know if y'all saw what that touchdown was. It was a 4th and goal from the 11-yard line.
Yeah.
And it was a running back swing that was
Mhm.
thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and Achan ran 12 yards through 3 defenders to get the touchdown. We shouldn't have even
Achan's a
scored that
pace
8
runner?
points. The only reason we did is because of Achan, not Tua. Get that
Yeah, Achan's a
touchdown
pace
off of Tua's stat line. Now, for the defense.
Yep.
That-
Oh yeah.
We have no secondary. We have none.
yeah.
You know, we got to remember Xavier. You had Xavier Howard. He went to the Colts.
No,
You
we
had
released
Jalen
him and then didn't bother to do anything with him, and nobody signed him, and then the Colts decided to pick him up.
That's
Yep.
what I mean.
Yeah. Like, he was an option. We didn't sign him. We did nothing in terms of our cornerback spot, and that irritates me because we had 3 starting cornerbacks, all of them that were undrafted. There was Ethan Bonner, who was injured and didn't play. We have Storm Duck, who got hurt during the game, and then we have Cater Kohu, who's easily our best cornerback. But he only plays nickel.
Yeah.
He can't cover the outside guys. So we have no secondary. So that's I'll give Daniel Jones the credit. He was able to actually play, but it's real easy to play when you're not playing against real cornerbacks.
That's
like I said,
That's true. That is true.
yeah, it's
And
like
for
I
our
said. It's like
Oh,
I
sorry.
said. No problem. It's like I said. Your secondary made Daniel Jones look like prime Peyton Manning.
Exactly. I fully agree. But this
still
is where
say
I get,
black.
because that's a Chris Greer not even trying to cover the secondary problem. This is where I get frustrated. The defensive line. We have spent, I don't know how many first round picks on that defensive line, and they did nothing. We had Bradley Chubb, who we traded a first round pick to the Broncos to get. We had Chop Robinson, who we spent a first round pick on last year. We have the new D tackle. I can't remember his name, but granted, he didn't do shit, but that we spent a first round pick on this year.
Mhm.
Jalen Phillips, who we spent a first round pick on, and they did nothing. That
I don't
D
know,
line
man.
should have been all over Daniel Jones.
To be fair, the Colts
They did
O-line
nothing.
is one of the best in the league.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if it was the Eagles' offensive line that we were up against. You can't spend that many first round picks on one portion of one side of the ball and not get results from it.
Yeah.
True.
Agreed.
I have absolutely no faith. The only reason I have even the littlest faith in beating the Patriots is because the Patriots suck. But mostly because that's the only team that Tua owns. That's the only team Tua owns. And if he can't come back against the Patriots, then I will punt the season. Then we may as well punt the season. Because we should have beaten the Colts. This should have been one of our freest wins. And if we can't beat... And it's not that, we lost a close one. No, we got absolutely... demolished. So I've lost a lot of faith in the season. I said, at best, we could go 9-8. Now, I'm hoping for 5 wins. So, thank you for my rant. I apologize for the length.
That's the true Dolphins fan.
I've been a ride or die Dolphins fan. I was a Dolphins fan during the 1-15 year. You think I'm gonna freaking give up now?
Hell no.
Well,
But I am no longer a Tua guy. Let me be clear. I am no longer a Tua guy. I will not defend this man. You cannot.
no.
You
Oh,
cannot
man.
show up like that on week 1 with all your help and with all the preparation against a team that no one has any faith in, against a quarterback no one has faith in, and
I hope things work out. I don't know.
and essentially, realistically, and like I said, he had 1 touchdown pass. He didn't deserve it. Achan got that touchdown, not him.
Yeah, Achan
He
and
scored in my
Tyreek
mind.
were-
In my eyes, Tua scored 0 points.
Yep. I agree when you say like Tyreek and Achan were the only 2 that even bothered to show up in that game.
Oh, damn.
All right. Thank you. This was my TED Talk. My name is King. You all have a good one.
Okay. Thank you, King.
Jeez.
Oh
My
man,
God,
that
that's
was
That's
Oh
not
man, bro, when you got King literally say he's not no longer a Tua fan. Oh man, dude,
That's bad.
that is bad.
That is
That is
bad.
All right, let's move on though. Let's move on though. It's okay in terms of the length, King. Don't worry about it. It's okay, man. This is why like it's a safe space. Which, by the way, speaking of safe spaces, we have to talk about this upcoming game somehow, some way, right? Why was this one the second best game of the week 1 slate? How is that possible? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. All right, let's go on ahead and talk about
What do
it.
you want to talk about?
Rodgers turns to Godgers against the Jets. 34-32 final score. Fields in form. Okay, now let me do my rant, okay?
Yeah, there you go. All right. Just fan.
Now let me do my rant, all right? Okay, so let's start things off here first. And I'm going to try and make things like not that, not too long, but let's start things off first. For me, let's get something straight first, okay? Rodgers, in terms of the failure that happened with the Jets, Rodgers was part of the problem, okay? Part of the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Saleh was also part of the problem. Woody Johnson, also part of the problem, okay? That man Rodgers, by the way, he said after his press conference, he said how he loved beating everybody on the New York Jets. All right, man, you want to go ahead, 22-30 at passing, 244 yards of 4 touchdowns. He got sacked 4 times, but that man Rodgers turned to Aaron Rodgers. I'm not gonna go ahead and dispute anything. That man was playing his fucking ass off, okay? Let's get that straight. The Steelers offense, though, looked great. DK Metcalf looked great. Jalen Warren looked great. Austin looked great. The defense, same thing. Well, I don't know. Both defenses kind of was not really showing up because of how high scoring this game was. But let's go ahead and just say this. Now, let's talk about the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
First game with Aaron Glenn. First game with Justin Fields. First game with a new OC. And first game with Mace Taylor and just, the entire whatever. This, I kid you not, was the best this offense has looked in a decade. I swear to God, this is not a joke. In terms of consistency and from the first whistle to the end of the game, it literally looked like a competent offense I've seen in 10 years. And in terms of those 10 years, I'm saying since the Fitzpatrick, Chris Ivory days, okay? That's when we went 10-6 and we could not get into the playoffs because of the goddamn Rex Ryan Bills. But anyways, I have never seen this offense look so good. Justin Fields, he looked like Ohio State. Justin Fields, 16-22, 218 yards passing, 1 touchdown to that crazy pass down the field to Garrett Wilson. This
Also
man,
Ohio State.
Yeah, also Ohio State. Breece Hall looked great. Justin Fields looked comfortable running the ball. And then Garrett Wilson, same thing. 7 receptions, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. Breece Hall had some. Johnson had some. Mason Taylor had some. Reynolds had some. But once again, when you have a competent OC in Tanner, that man actually looked like he was putting up some plays that made Justin Fields look comfortable as hell. All right. So that offense, I have to say, that offense looked really good. In terms of how it looks next week, we have to see that it continues. But I really, really liked, and I hope every other Jets fan feels this way. I really hope that every single Jets fan realizes that offense is the main reason why we were so close to beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now let's talk about the defense. Defense-wise, still, the D-line still great. Quinn Williams, still great. Sherwood, still great. You know, Will McDonald, 2 freaking sacks on that man Rodgers, 2 of them. King says in the chat here, says, I really love that they relied on the run, only pass on occasion. They don't put all the pressure on Fields. I agree with that. It wasn't like your typical run, pass, and on 3rd down. No, I was so tired of that last season and the previous season, but it looked very comfortable in terms of how they tried calling this. But anyways, going back to the defense. Why is Brandon Stevens not on this team? Like, why is he still on this team? All right, first off, that man could have sealed the game with a pick in the 4th quarter with 4 minutes left when Rodgers was struggling in the pocket, about to get sacked. He throws the ball, Aaron Rodgers does, and this motherfucker slips on the grass and he could not convert a pick. You realize that if he picks that ball, we have a very good chance of closing that game out. Very good chance. But no, he didn't fucking do it. And oh my goodness. This man was cut today. Xavier Gibson, he fumbles the ball once. And this man has had a history of fumble. It's so crazy how the peak of his time as a Jet was the first game when he ran it all the way back from a punt return touchdown when Rodgers got hurt 4 snaps into the season. That says a lot because ever since Gibson had that game winner, he's fallen off since. So many fumbles and etc. We literally went into the season figuring out why Gibson was still on the fucking team. But now guess what? Aaron Glenn is actually also just putting accountability in there, and thank God. You know, thank God. But other than that, the defense, man, Sauce at least looked great, man. Sauce looked great. Quinnen still looked great. Will McDonald is really turning out to be a great pick, even though I was very questionable about that back then. The secondary, man, Jets, come on. You guys got to get the secondary needs to be so much better, man. Sauce was really the only person who really was great. Tony Adams was not that great either. Brandon Stevens, man, you got to keep your feet up, man. Do not fucking, please do not fucking slip on the ground because, oh my God, because I feel like every single time this man, Rodgers threw towards Stevens' way, this man was like 5 yards away from the fucking receiver, just leaving him wide open. There's a stat somewhere out there, but man, this man, every single time Rodgers threw the ball towards Stevens' way, the receiver was just wide open, man. It's just so unbelievable. Anyways, let's shorten this a little bit further by giving you guys the floor. Other than that, the Steelers look great. The Jets offense looked great. You know? Also, I want everyone to realize something. There's another stat somewhere if you really look it up. Justin Fields is the number 1 guy when it comes down to the pressure because that offensive line, do we finally have an offensive line aside from the Brickashaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold days? Oh my God. That man Membo locked locked up TJ Watt to the point where I'm like, where the fuck is TJ at? That man locked him up. Anyways, give y'all the floor, but we do have to move on soon.
I mean, your offense looked probably the most competent it's looked in quite some time. I mean, when you look at duos from colleges in the league today, you look at Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. You look at Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne. Could we have the same thing with Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson? I think so. They both are from Ohio State, as well as Breece Hall. So there's already chemistry there. Those 3 did compete in a national championship with each other. So there is chemistry there. So yeah, let's talk about your offensive line for a minute. I agree. That offensive tackle, there was a reason I wanted him on the Saints. It's because of performances like that. Him locking up TJ Watt in his first game, bravo. Fucking vo. That's how you do it. Paris Campbell should take notes. Because that's how you fucking do it. That's what an offensive line is supposed to do. Protect the motherfucking quarterback. Justin Fields. That is the best I have seen Justin Fields look in the NFL so far. I think if this offense keeps going the way it's going, we could potentially have a 10-win Jets team on our hands. Who
Let's
knows?
not. Hold on a second. Oh, hold on a second.
Wait.
Hold on a second.
If y'all didn't let me finish. If that secondary can get it together, Sauce looked great. Sauce was locking up DK Metcalf and Calvin Austin in some instances. But it's Brad Stevens. There's a reason he was cut from the Ravens. That was why.
Max?
So I think if you get somebody else in Stevens' place and you develop them, hey,
Yep.
get
Max,
that straight on
Uh,
defense you had from a couple years ago.
Max, Brandon, anything there? Any thoughts?
I don't really got much to say other than that. Y'all's team looked good, and Steelers unfortunately won.
This is
I'll say that.
Yeah, go on.
I'll say this, man. I mean, yeah, like I think Justin Fields finally has a coach that believes in him, right? That finally knows like what his skill set is, and I think Aaron Glenn is going to be the coach that finally unlocks Justin Fields to his caliber. Him having Garrett Wilson, both were at Ohio State, that connection's already there. Brees Hall and Braylon Allen in the backfield. O-line looked good. I mean, that looks good. Defensive side, obviously you got the Williams brothers, you got Sauce Gardner. Safety help needs a little bit of adjustments, but I truly think if that gets situated, it's going to be good. Now, I credit to the Steelers though, right? Aaron Rodgers, we have not seen Aaron Rodgers like that since 2021 or whatever.
Oh
like
my
last year.
God, yes.
Like I have not seen Rodgers do that. But then again, we're talking about Mike Tomlin, right? Mike Tomlin would know how Rodgers would play. But I mean, DK Metcalf looked good, like you mentioned. But that Steelers defense, I think the defenses for both defenses were struggling, but they both came in. But especially Ramsey, right, came in clutch at the right moment. But the one thing that took away from me this game, it's the first time that y'all have not punted in the first half since like 1991.
Yes.
And I'm like, what? And this is week 1
yeah.
of the new regime. So I'm like that. So if it gives Jets fans, like I know Jets fans, like I know y'all lost, but this gives hope, and like as much in a while. So I'm curious to see how this Jets team's going to do and how they're going to shape up against the NFC East. I mean the AFC East.
Let's move on to the next game. But just want to say to end the segment with the Jets. This is the first Jets loss in a while where I was like, oh wow, we should have won that game, but I'm not here moping and groaning about it. We look so freaking good. I have not had that sentiment in a while, okay? Like every single loss that we have had suffered over the past couple of years, it's always just like, oh my fucking God, fuck this team. But this is the first loss where I'm like, oh, we can really do something with this. But anyways, let's continue on. All right. Okay. We have to get a move on here, but let's continue on here. We got, of course, next up, let's talk about it. We have the Commanders win over the Giants. Is there QB drama already? Well, Max, I'm going to give you the floor here since you are the Commanders fan. Thoughts on what you guys look like during this game against the Giants? Max.
He emotional. He don't know what to say.
He doesn't know what to say.
he emotional.
Oh, Max, hello. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and recap. I mean, the Commanders looked good. I mean, Debo looks great in that system with Jaden Daniels. He looked really good. I mean, there's really not much else to say. I mean, I don't really have at least much, but the Commanders at least looked pretty good. They still looked pretty much the same. Krosky Merritt was really good, by the way. He was really good. Yeah, but Debo, Austin Eckler, Noah Brown, Terry McLaurin only had 2 receptions, but that's Terry McLaurin. So, yeah, I mean, in terms of the Commanders, really nothing too crazy, but the Giants, dude. Oof.
Yeah, man.
17 of 37 for Russell Wilson, 168 yards, 2 sacks. what do we think about this Giants team, man? Because there's already QB drama, and honestly, we might as well just talk about it. Apparently, at first, hold on, wait. At first, Brian Dable was not committing to a starter until yesterday. He finally said Russell Wilson was a starter, but should they start Dart? Is that a thing?
I don't. The fact that we're already talking about QB switches in week 1 is kind of what's surprising me. I do think at some point before we get halfway through the season, obviously, he came up from the dead. I do think at some point, before the season ends, Jackson Dart's going to be the QB, right? Russell Wilson's kind of like that placeholder. It's just the fact that it's after week 1. And I don't think it was fully all on Russell because the Giants' defense is kind of what surprised me. It's like, they spent all this money to beef up this defense, but they couldn't really capitalize, right? Now, granted, you got Jaden Daniels and all these guys, but you would think that front four, Brian Burns looked good. He had 2 sacks in the first, quarter?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean...
Sacks in the first quarter, yeah.
Right, so it's like, I understand, the whole Russell Wilson thing. And yes, a lot of it does have to do with Russ, but I'm just very surprised that it's after 1 week, it's Brian Dable's already like, yeah, we're not fully committed on what we're gonna do yet. So, but Max, I'm gonna give it to you, man. You're the Commanders fan, so what you got?
Oh, I'm a talk. Hold on. Hold on. Where do I begin? Oh boy, where do I begin? Yeah. All right. Well, unfortunately, all my friends lost since their teams, except for Hugo, of course. The Vikings won. All my friends' teams lost, so I get to, be happy a little bit. Point 1, Jane Daniels, still that boy. That nigga is good. Tell you what, bro. I won't lie, offense was sometimes a little shaky. That what's it called? That missed pass with Terry McLaurin, kind of bad. Not like bad, was like kind of sucked a little bit because he definitely would have scored. We definitely could have scored there, but it's all right. It's cool. Yeah, right. That's cool. Jaden looks good. Debo. Everybody was talking so much shit, and that man looks great. I don't care what you say about that man.
He looked really good in y'all system.
He looked really good. Debo looked great. Terry McLaurin, obviously, had that contract hold out, couldn't practice as much, but he's gonna get back to form, obviously. Can we talk about Big Bill, bruh? Ja'Cory Cross Merritt?
10 attempts, 10 attempts, 82 yards, 1 touchdown with a long 42-yarder.
The biggest steal in that draft, but better than Ashton Genty. Better than Travion Henderson. Better than Omarion Hampton, bro. Went nuts, bro. That's Big Bill. That's Mr. Bill, bro. That's Mr. Bill. And watch him do it against the Packers tomorrow. Moving on from Bill. That's just the offense. Now, can we talk about this defense? I've been so happy. That defense it don't look crazy, but it looked good. I know it's just the Giants, but Trey Amos locked up Malik Neighbors. And Malik Neighbors, we already know how Malik Neighbors is.
Yeah.
That man's good. That's a dog. And Trey Amos locked him down, bro. Marshawn Lattimore, healthy again. Back to, looking good too. Dog. Mikey Sanders still, always going to be a dog, bro. This defense look good. And Larlar, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Larlar, for giving us Javon Kinlaw, bro. Thank you so much, Larlar. I appreciate you so much, big dog. Because that boy also looked real good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
Yeah, he was out for us, but...
Anyways, Payne coming off, he's on contract years. So of course, he's about to play like a dog and shit. But Payne also looked good, Von Miller, he played, and he honestly, that's all we need, just some pressure, that's all, Now, obviously, the Giants didn't have, I think his name's, is it Andrew Thomas that he didn't have? I don't think they had Andrew Thomas this time. I think.
He was out.
Yeah, he was out.
Andrew Thomas, I think, is out for the season, I think.
Shit. So obviously that offense didn't look too hot, or the offensive line didn't look too hot, so it was a little bit easier for us to get past it and everything like that. So, but I'm just glad our secondary looks good. That's what I'm happy about. But as much as it is, just the Giants and shit, our true test definitely comes tomorrow.
Yep.
And see if we can keep up that offense, keep that if that defense looks good against the Packers, and then moving forward, then I'll feel a lot more confident. Jay Daniels, Terry McLaurin, they're working that connection again. It's gonna look good. Debo's still gonna be a dog. Big Bill about to rush all over that damn, not all over, but he's just gonna start running this league. Gonna be starting behind Austin Eckler. Oh, Austin Eckler, he also look like a dog. But man, this team, I'm so excited because we're going to the bowl, baby. And when we do,
Honestly, I believe it. But let me talk about the Giants for a sec. QB drama already. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Here's why I say that. Russell Wilson is obviously adjusting to a new system. It's going to take him some time to get used to it. If shit does kind of start to hit the fan, then I can see Jackson Dart starting probably around week 9 or 10.
I'd say sooner.
Somewhere around there. But
I would say sooner, but we'll see. But man, the Commanders look good, man. The Commanders look good. So
that Commanders defense, it looked deadly.
Yeah, but here's the thing now,
I
Max.
don't know if it'll be enough to beat the Packers, but it looked deadly.
And Max, I'll say this: the Commanders' expectations are to do good now. So compared to
have fun having expectations now.
Yeah, now it's like, all right, Jaden cannot have a sophomore slump. So we'll see how it goes.
That's right, because if he does, then the comparisons to him and CJ Stroud are gonna be kind of loud.
Yeah, they will.
All right, let's move on to the next game here. Unfortunately, I don't think we really paid too much attention to this game, other than the fact that Cam Ward kept it close. I think we're getting on to the 4:00 games now. So yeah, let's talk about it. Titans, Broncos. Broncos won 20-12. They win over the Titans. Cam Ward keeps it close. This was a closer game than many people thought it would.
It should have been.
Cam Ward, though, he looked like a rookie. I mean, I don't think that's really... I mean, he just looked like a rookie. This is his first taste as a professional in the NFL. So, I mean, 12 for 28, very rough. But there were also some passes that should have been caught. That's all I'm saying. A lot of passes that should have been caught, which was not his fault at all. But, yeah, Tony Pollard, 18 rushes, 60 yards. That's not a great stat line for Cam Ward, to be honest with you. But again, this is his debut as a rookie, and he's going up against a very good defense in the Denver Broncos that pretty much might be the best defense in the NFL. Yeah, not much to say in terms of the offense, but the Broncos offense,
Ooh, yeah.
A little shaky. Okay, let me start off with this real quick.
Go ahead.
I watched a little bit at the end of the game. I don't know why Sean Payton would have went for it on 4th down, and it was like a deep shot, and then knowing that he's going to turn the ball over on their 40-yard line with like a minute or something left with Cam Ward. I don't agree with that play call, but I mean, this game should not have been as close as it should have. So
yeah,
I agree. That, but I think the reason it was close had more to do with how sloppy that Broncos offense looked, because there were some throws that Bo Nix should have made. We talk about the throws Cam Ward should have made. Those throws, that for what I saw, were pretty well defended, because you got to remember, that Broncos secondary is the best in the league, in my honest opinion.
Yeah, well, at least top 3.
So Cam Ward was going to have a tough time in the air no matter what. What the fuck was Bo Nix's excuse?
I don't even know.
Because that Titans defense, they looked like they gave up so many open looks and Bo Nix just couldn't capitalize.
Oh. 25.
Credit to RJ Harvey. Sorry about that. Credit to RJ Harvey. He was probably the reason the Broncos won that game. Other than that, Bo Nix, man, get it together.
RJ
Yeah.
Harvey, 6 attempts, 70 yards, no tuds, but he had a 50-yarder. J.K. Dobbins had 16 attempts, 63 yards with 1 touchdown. Bo Nix, though, 25 for 40, 176 yards with 1 touchdown, 2 picks, and a sack. That offense looked shaky, man. I really don't want to go sophomore slump, but we might have to start thinking about talking about that with him. I hope not, because I think the Broncos are still going to be a very great team in the AFC. It's just, Bo Nix just got to figure it out a little bit, you know? But I don't want to overreact too much. Any other
I don't
thoughts?
know, man. I hope. I mean, Cam Ward should know what situation he went into, right? I
Mhm.
mean, obviously he was the number 1 pick for a reason. Titans are just Titans. I mean, yes, you got Calvin Ridley, Tony Pollard, Tyler Lockett there now. Like, and their front 4 is decent, but I'm just curious of how he's gonna do. And with the Broncos, like people are expecting them to win the AFC West. So I mean, so
I
I mean,
there's people are
I
expecting
think
that
that dream's dead.
yeah. Some people are saying they should go to the Super Bowl this year. Like
I don't know.
okay,
Super Bowl.
that one's a stretch.
that's
That
what
one's
some
a
people are
stretch.
saying. I don't know if
Chiefs
it's
are
It'd
just
be a
still the
nice
Broncos,
like divisional or whatever, but
Chiefs still the
but we'll
Chiefs.
see, man. Yeah, Chiefs still Chiefs, but we'll see. At least they're supposed to put up a fight against the Chiefs. So
All right, let's move on to the next game here. We have we have a crazy divisional matchup here. The injury-prone 49ers win it over Darnold's debut in Seattle, 17-13. What a defensive barn burner here. We're not even talking about the Houston game yet. But man, 17-13 for the Niners. They didn't look terrible. They still also just, I mean, they had to rely on Pearsall pretty much everybody. You know, they had to rely on Pearsall and McCaffrey, of course. Brian Robinson, not bad, not a bad debut. You know, 9 rushes,
yes,
33
sir.
yards. McCaffrey, 22, 69 yards. Nice.
Nice.
Pearsall, 4 receptions for 108 yards.
yeah, Pearsall's to be
45
that guy now.
big 45-yarder. And then, you know, Kittle, but the thing is Kittle went down and we will have to talk
Kittle went
about him
down.
later. But
Jawan Jennings also went down.
yeah, Jawan Jennings went down, and then obviously, of course, Purdy also went down. So while the 49ers did win this game, then they are currently 1-0. Very worried about their upcoming matchup here. But Seattle, I mean, Darnold, like, how do we feel about Darnold?
Already?
How do we
Okay,
feel
let me-
about Darnold? Like, because realistically, right? He, like, okay, I was just gonna say JSN, 9 receptions, 124 yards. He had so many targets here. So yes, great, but Darnold,
I
and go
mean,
ahead,
Darnold
talk please. I'm
Darnold
gonna
in-
use about them.
Darnold, in my opinion, looked like he did in Minnesota. Only difference is, and I think this is an important note, I think people are sleeping on the Niners defense. Because let's be real, they locked up Cooper Kupp. They locked up a bunch of their receivers all day long. The only one that really got any type of separation and made any kind of impact was JSN. And even then, that still wasn't enough to get them over the top.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm still sold on the on their defense because they still got rid of a lot of guys. I mean,
They got rid of a lot of guys, yes, but they're also developing a lot of guys.
they
And
are, but
some of them showed out.
yeah, some of them did show out. I mean, yeah. Now moving forward, losing Kittle is gonna cost a lot. If Brock Purdy's out for this game, yeah, I did see a report from Adam Schefter saying that Jennings should be okay, which is a big step up. But Pearsall is that guy now. Like he's definitely their number
Pearsall
one.
is WR1 now, yeah.
And I'm assuming Ayuk is still hurt.
Ayuk
Yeah.
is still out, yes.
So yeah, it's good. They're gonna have to rely on Pearsall. And obviously with McCaffrey, if he has to stay healthy, man, like As a Panthers fan,
McCaffrey-
obviously, yep. As a Panthers fan, it's like us dealing with that. A lot of it was injury prone stuff. Is probably why we also traded him. So it doesn't surprise me. I hate it because he's such a beast of a back. But I mean, they got Brian Robinson now. Max, you know how he plays. I mean, they got all these guys that should be able to carry the load. But we'll see because their backup now is it Mac Jones?
It's Mac Jones, yeah.
Mac Jones.
Oh, brother.
And they're saying it's possible that Mac Jones will start against New Orleans next week.
That will be
fuck.
yeah.
But here's the thing though. They have depth at running back. If Juwan Jennings is okay, he should be good to go. I think yeah, I agree with CMC. He is very injury prone. I kind of equate him to like a BMW. He's nice when he's healthy, but he does break down a lot.
Yeah.
So getting Brian Robinson Jr. as insurance was a smart move on the 49ers' part. I think it'll be just enough to beat New Orleans next week.
Right.
As far as Seattle's offense goes, it might as well just be K9, JSN, and friends. Because they are looking like a hot pack of mid.
King says in the Twitch chat here live, as we are live doing this, of course, Vikings made Darnold last year, not the other way around. He also said, not sold on the 49ers defense. They lost so many key players in the offseason. It's easier to believe that the Seahawks offense are just not it without Geno.
Well, he's correct.
I agree. I agree with King on the whole defensive 49ers part. I do agree because they lost tons of key players. I don't know how long this is going to last. Geno with the Seahawks, I don't know if it's just the coaching. I don't know if it's just the system. I don't know, man. Now they got Cooper Kupp and JSN. And you got Kenneth Walker in the backfield with Charbonnet. So we'll see what happens with that.
Here's what I'll say before we move on to the next game. They have weapons. I'm not saying it should be easy for Darnold. Excuse me, but he has weapons here. Charbonnet, Kenneth Walker, JSN, Cooper Kupp,
Jake Bobo.
Joby. Huh?
Jake Bobo.
Yeah, Bobo.
Yeah.
They should be better than how they should not be putting 13 points on the board. They should at least be putting 20. They should be putting more than that. So
they should, but JSN literally has to become Justin Jefferson to make that happen.
Yeah, I think Seahawks, honestly, I mean, looking at it from the outside, I think this was just going to be like a mid-year for them anyway, at least from the way I see it. Because, Sam Darnold just got to get used to things, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, man, dude, like, you got a bunch of weapons here. I think they have to open up the playbook almost, I feel like, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, the Niners, though, I can't really say much because when you got Kittle injured, Purdy injured, and Juwan Jennings injured, and then Ayuk is still obviously injured, I just don't know. I have no idea what to think about the Niners. So let's not dwell on them too much. And King also says here, as we end this segment, QB downgrade is the problem, in my opinion. Fair enough.
I mean, yeah. Downgrade from Geno?
Yeah, I would say Sam Darnold's a downgrade from Geno.
Look how
Not
Geno
by
played.
much.
I think
Not
they're just in the
by
same
much.
tier. I think they're
But
just
it is a downgrade.
Yeah, I just think they're in the same tier. So,
all right, let's talk about the big 425 game on CBS, Fox. I don't remember. Fox.
It was CBS.
CBS. Fucking NFC, AFC, whatever. Anyways, let's talk about that. The Green Bay Packers open up their season against the Detroit Lions, who once again, the Lions have lost both Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn to head coaching positions. So the Packers win big over the Lions, 27-13. Are they back to the same old Lions? Because I'm not gonna lie, guys, that offense for the Lions did not look good at all. I'm telling you, it did not look great at all. While Jared Goff, once again, 31 for 39, 225 yards. He had 1 TD, 1 pick, and 4 sacks.
Yeah.
Montgomery and Gibbs did not run the ball well here, as you guys can see here on the stat line. Well, I will say for the audio listeners, Montgomery, 11 attempts, 25 yards. Gibbs, for 9 attempts, 19 yards. Laporta was the highest receiver here with 79 yards passing, receiving for 6 receptions. St. Brown only had 4 for 45. And JMO didn't really do much, 4 receptions for 23. I mean, here's the thing that King has put in the chat. Here's the question. Is this a Packers step up or is it a Lions step back? Because I don't believe it's both. I just don't know which it is.
I think it's more of a Lions step back. Think about it, man.
I think it's the Lions step back too.
They got Ben Johnson or Aaron Glenn no more. They don't got either of those guys. And we saw, and that was really surprising me of their Lions O-line show. Like I'd not seen a Lions O-line like that since Dan Campbell's arrived. Like after not his first year when they were bad, like it's been bad. I think Jared Goff did what he could do. Like I truly think so. But think about it. Now the Packers, they got all that adrenaline for getting Micah Parsons now, right? He's just getting warmed up. Literally, Micah's just getting warmed up. So, and Jordan Love on the other side, he looked like he had a couple throws where it was like, oh boy, like is he good? But he also had a couple throws where it's like, oh yeah, Jordan Love, he looking real good. So I think this is more of a Lions step back. I'm not too fond about them this year, man. We gotta see.
16 of 22 for Jordan Love, 188 yards passing with 2 touchdown passes. Josh Jacobs with 9 attempts, 66 rushing yards, and 1 touchdown, while Romeo Doubs had 68 receiving yards off of 2 receptions. Reed also had some, despite some potential injury. Wicks, Matthew Golden had a low volume, so very surprised by that. But Tucker Kraft also had the other touchdown pass from Jordan Love. That offense for the Packers looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it looks good. It's just, I feel like we just have to talk more about the Lions. But in terms of the Packers, though, they look good. The defense looks good. Micah Parsons, obviously, he got that sack, so everybody's definitely, as you said, you're just gonna be getting off the adrenaline from that sack. The fact that he was able to get one. But oh man, I mean, I really hope that it doesn't turn out to be that the Lions revert to the same old Lions. But as Dan Campbell said, in that loss against the NFC Championship game in 23, I think it was, against the Niners, they probably only had one chance, and that probably was it, which is a hard reality. Because think about it, they lost to the Commanders last season, and now they're starting off very rocky against the Packers, who have a lot of, let's say, expectations now with Micah Parsons joining. So
I wouldn't really call it expectations as much as I would call it slightly more upside.
I guess, but I just think for me personally, it's definitely a Lions step back, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I
I think Brandon made a really solid case for it being the Lions step back, but let me tell you why I think it's the Packers stepping up.
Okay.
And it has a lot to do with the impact Micah Parsons made alone. Not just off that one sack, but how he consistently was pressuring Jared Goff all game long. Micah Parsons, we know what Micah Parsons can do.
Mm-hmm.
And in all honesty, that secondary, as sus as it looks, they stepped up. They knew it was a divisional game against a team that a lot of people expected to just beat their ass. But they said, we're in Lambeau. This is our house. You want to throw the ball? Nuh-uh. You want to run the ball? No chance. Sonic and Knuckles, pack them up.
Pack them up. Yeah.
Pack them up. I think the Packers, in my honest opinion, they look like Super Bowl contenders. And I know that's a stretch to say. That is a stretch to say.
People been saying that. People truly been saying that.
I think we need a couple more weeks before we say something. Go ahead, Max.
Yeah, go ahead.
All I'm saying is, this is just another case of Jaden Daniels breaking NFC North teams. That's all I'm saying, bro. First the
Oh my
Bears with
God.
Harry Murray, bro. Then this divisional matchup. There's just who's next. I mean.
Who's
If
next?
Mac was here, he would have beat your ass.
Nigga, I'll add him in right now.
I mean, we do have to go on because this podcast is running long for its first episode. But I'm glad you guys are here. Glad everybody, whoever is out there listening to this, I hope you guys are getting a nice thing there. But anyways, let's talk about the next game here, which is we're almost there. So let's talk about it. I mean, I don't think there's much to say about this one, only because it was a very defensive game here as well. But we have to talk about the fact that, once again, the Rams defense, really good, but they win a defensive battle over the Texans, 14-9. What do we think about Stafford's return here despite his injury? And what do we think about just anything else? I mean, the thing is, though, Texans O-line still, once again, non-existent, really bad. And the Rams defense looked really good. But at the same time, Stafford also had 3 sacks on him. Kyron Williams was still Kyron Williams, and Puka Nacua was still Puka Nacua, despite the fact that he got bloodied midway through the game.
He came back.
He did come back. But Devontae Adams also came along here, 4 receptions, 51 yards. Not bad for his debut. Well, once again, defensive heavy battle here. So what do we think about these two teams? Texans, I'm not. It's not that I'm not sold on them. It's just that that offensive line needs to do more.
It's hard
man.
to be.
Bro,
There's that offensive line, man.
They lost a lot of their key offensive opponents, especially the O-line. I think they lost 3 starters in the offseason, I want to say.
Yeah, they traded Tunsil to Washington, so that really hurt their offensive line.
Right, that was their main key component on his left side, right? But look, now they picked up Nick Chubb, right, a lot to go along with Joe Mixon, but Joe Mixon's out on IR. So
yeah,
yep. And
now
let's not forget, they also lost Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
so
Stephon Diggs.
Tank Dell is still on IR. So,
he's on that. So you got Nico Collins, and you got the 2 rookies from Iowa State. And I think one of them dropped the ball, which made an interception happen. I forgot who it was, but I don't know. It's like, is CJ Stroud dead, y'all? Like, I don't know.
No. I just think, for me personally, if they really want to, I'm not saying to save the season, but that Texans offensive line, man, looks really bad, dude. They have to make some sort of signing or move to get that offensive line better, because it is not. I'm not saying the Texans are. The Texans should still be a favorite to win the AFC South. It's just that my issue is, with the way they played that offensive line, CJ Stroud is not gonna fucking survive with it, man. For 16 more games, it's not happening.
He's really not. But then again, Stroud is a running quarterback, so he does have chances against certain teams to use his legs. The Rams, unfortunately, are just not one of them.
But in a way, the Colts are playing in the division too. Like,
We have to see more of the Colts before that.
I was just gonna say I agree with Max. I still feel
Same
like
with the Jaguars.
We still definitely do need to see more of these teams. It's obviously, once again, week 1, so we can just go ahead and say whatever. But once again, man, the Texans' offensive line needs to be so much better. Yeah. And
I think despite that, Nick Chubb did fine.
Yeah. 13 rushes for 60 yards, by the way, for Nick Chubb. So he wasn't bad. If anything, this is probably the best he's been ever since his injury, his gruesome, terrible injury a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It literally is just that offensive line. They really need to tighten up, because that Texans defense, they put in work. They
did against the Rams.
They put in work. They held Stafford to what? 225 yards? 245?
It was for 245.
They held a Super Bowl champion quarterback in check for most of that game.
Yep.
Now, sure, they gave up 130 yards to Puka Nacua, and Stingley did go down during that game. Let's not forget about that.
Oh, that's true.
But that Texans defense is that's something to behold.
Which is why I really hope it turns around. I'm a fan of CJ Stroud. I really am. Like I'm a fan of this.
Too, and I think they'll get their shit together by week 2 or 3. Especially
since he was like literally like coming off of one of the best rookie seasons we've ever seen in the NFL, at least in recent time. I'm a fan of his, but it's like, man, I just gotta hope that they figure it out. But in terms of the Rams, though, they still look good. Defense still looks good. Stafford looks good. I mean, there's really not much else to say in terms of the Rams. So yeah. All right, let's move on to how is this possible? Like, we're week 1 and there's already a game of the year contender. Like, how is that possible? Well, let me just go ahead and paint the picture for everybody who is listening or watching wherever you guys are. Let's go ahead and paint the picture, okay? Think about it. We are currently in January of 2025, and we have the AFC Divisional with the Baltimore Ravens going up against the Buffalo Bills. Winner goes to the AFC Championship game. Star-studded lineup of players, along with 2 MVPs at quarterback in Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. But the thing is, the only thing, or not the only thing, but the one thing that prevented the Ravens from potentially beating the Bills was that Mark Andrews could not haul in a simple pass from Lamar Jackson to convert a 2-point conversion. Now, obviously, we don't know how that game ends because they still had a minute on the clock. Fast forward, though, 8 months later, they meet up again in the same stadium in the final season of said stadium and put on an absolute classic 41-40 final score where the Bills win Game of the Year after the Ravens choke it all again on Sunday Night Football in front of the entire country to watch. My God, what a game. Now obviously I'm not going to like show everything because, but Cross, who is a Ravens fan, he is not here, but Cross, one of our friends here, he is a big time Ravens fan, and he literally said how he just felt a bad omen going into this game. And unfortunately, the bad omen was them losing 40-25 with 4 minutes left to go and them choking the ball, or them choking the game away. What do we think about this game? Because, man, I mean, in terms of like how the teams look, there's really not much else to say. They still look in form like how they were 8 months ago in the divisional. They just put up more points.
It's crazy how a Super Bowl contender charged harder than the Chargers usually do.
Yeah.
Because, man, they had the game in the palm of their hands. But that Derrick Henry fumble...
No, that changed everything.
That changed everything.
Changed absolutely everything. Now, I will say this.
You want to talk about momentum swings.
Yeah.
That right there. That was all he needed.
Now, I will say this. I was not watching the entirety of this game, unfortunately, because I was out. I've had family over the past couple of days, and which is why we're doing this podcast a day later. But oh my God, when the 4 minutes hit and y'all were saying how like, or Cross were saying how like, oh God, oh, and everybody started saying in our chats, I was like, oh no, what is happening, bro? They were up 40-25 and they fucking lost. Lamar Jackson put up such a stellar game. That man Derrick Henry had a Hall of Fame level performance until the fumble. And then once the fumble happened, all the momentum was given away, and then the Bills went ahead, and that man fucking Josh Allen, holy moly. Can you look at this stat line right here? 33 completed passes of 46 attempts, 394 yards passing with 2 touchdowns. Holy moly, with Keon Coleman having the most yardage, 112 off of 8 receptions. Shakir, Palmer, James Cook, Kincaid, they look on form, guys. I mean,
Yeah,
both these teams look amazing right now. And
Both
this is
teams looked really good.
yeah.
But Josh Allen looked like
You look like an MVP.
he looked like an MVP. A lot of people said, "Oh, Josh Allen shouldn't have been MVP. It should have been Lamar. It should have been Joe Burrow. It should have been Saquon." Josh Allen said, "Bet."
Yeah, man, and what's and what a fitting way to end week 1 with that game, right? I mean, literally all because of that Derrick Henry fumble, right? And Josh Allen doing Josh Allen things, but I mean, it's like, how is this going to carry on to the regular season, right? People are still saying Josh Allen needs that Super Bowl to solidify himself as, like, obviously, like, as a Hall of Fame quarterback. I think he's going to be in the Hall of Fame regardless, but as, like, a Hall of Fame quarterback. And same with Lamar, right? People are also saying he needs to overstep that hump to get to the Super Bowl with that. And Lamar did everything he did right within that game. The Ravens defense literally was toughing up towards the end. I mean, Alexander was getting cooked left and right.
Oh man.
Alexander did not look good that game at all.
And honestly, he shouldn't have tackled Coleman when he caught the ball, because he should have let them score, and then they would have had like a minute 30 left on the clock to at least do something, right? But it's just mistakes like that, man, where you can't have it. So I'm curious to see how both teams are going to do this season. I think both of them are going to go to the playoffs, and I wouldn't be surprised if they meet for the AFC Championship. Like, I would not be surprised with that. So
I have literally said, especially, I feel like this is the season where one of these two have to literally break through against the Chiefs in the playoffs. Like,
they have to.
It has to be this season. It has to. I feel like when it comes down to like the absolute trend, because every single time AFC Championship game last season, Bills lost in Kansas City. Then the year before, Ravens lost at home against
and they should have won that game.
And they should have won that game. But then remember the Zay Flowers fumble. But once again, when it comes down to these two teams, I feel like it has to be this season where one of them breaks through. Because man, it would be so heartbreaking if they put up this fucking performance right here and none of them go to the Super Bowl this year. Yeah. I feel like it would be a waste.
And how many yards did Zay Flowers have this game, Larlar?
Zay Flowers had 7 receptions, 143 yards. So,
and that was, without a doubt, his best game he's had.
Yeah.
So, and D-Hop looked like old D-Hop out there.
Oh yeah, D-Hop had that one crazy catch touchdown.
He did.
Despite his only 2 receptions, 35 yards, 1 TD. That TD mattered because, oh my God, it was this. So it was like one.
Yep.
So, I mean.
Yeah. And you two talk about like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson has to break through this year. I agree with that. Think back to 20 years ago. Who had that same talking point? Ben Roethlisberger and Peyton Manning.
Yep.
This is literally the exact same scenario.
Yeah, and let me tell you, man, Ed Oliver, God.
Yeah, what a beast.
Ed Oliver, man. What a pick at the draft that the Bills drafted a couple years ago, man.
What a beast.
He is, bro. He is.
Literally tearing up that Ravens offense left and right. Now, granted, there was a lot of times where Lamar, being Lamar, right, escapes it. But Ed Oliver, bro, like, he was the one that cost the Derrick Henry fumble. He was the one that sacked Lamar a couple times. Like, he was the one that had a lot of tackle for a loss. Like, having that center portion of your defense like that. And they got Tre'Davious White back. And they also got Jordan Poyer back as well. So, and let alone, the rookie out of Kentucky, I forgot his name, that corner, he's hurt right now. But once he gets back and once he gets in the lineup, man, Bills literally should. AFC Championship just sounds like a minimum at this point. So,
Oh, and don't forget, they also got Joey Bosa.
yeah, right. Joey Bosa can have an impact. So I'm very curious. I mean, Josh Allen looked really good, and I will say he was kind of clowning the fans at the end. He was like, "Y'all, have some faith. We were down."
They started leaving, man. They started leaving. Look, I will say this. Again, I go back to the whole thing because once again, we have to keep in mind that despite both performances, the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. Again, one of these teams have to break through. And Max, also, I just know you just undeafened, but what are your thoughts here?
It's alright. So, actually, hold on real quick. Oh, my bad.
He's getting emotional.
Oh, he's getting emotional. I mean, bro. I mean, in terms of like football game of the year type, I mean, this is like one of the peaks, man. It's just unbelievable. 41-40. Both offenses looking great. Defenses are looking great. Both MVPs just going at it. I mean, what more can you ask for in terms of like a Sunday night football opener? I mean,
yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious.
It's just
sorry about that.
Very good. Go ahead.
All right. So watching that game, as someone who lives in Maryland, of course, it sucked seeing the Ravens fucking lose that game. I'm not gonna lie, they are indeed my AFC team, of course. So yeah, listen, I'm a Commanders fan, always first, even when facing the Ravens. But them Ravens, man. It's my backup, bro. I gotta support Maryland. But honestly, I'm gonna just say it right now. I would not be surprised if this game runs it again in the AFC Championship. I'm just saying right now.
Oh my god, bro! Fuck again. See,
I'm not. I will not be surprised if it's the AFC Championship because genuinely, listen. I know it's still the Chiefs. It's still Mahomes. Travis Kelce probably gonna retire soon. Getting engaged. He has that Taylor Swift buff and all that shit. But I don't see them maybe divisional, but I don't see them going that far. So it's going to be it's either going to be the Ravens or the Bills going to the Super Bowl this year. I don't know who's going to be or who's going to be against, but I just know it's going to be the Ravens or Bills going to this bowl. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Look.
But there's just no way it's not a Raven or a Bill going to this damn Super Bowl.
It has to be, man.
Year.
Bro.
It has to.
I'm telling you right now, like we have to come back to this in January. Oh my god, dude! I could just let me just set the stage before we get into Monday Night Football. Can you think about once again? Again, Chiefs still the Chiefs. We're not discounting the Chiefs at all.
Yeah.
The Chiefs are still the Chiefs, but my God, you want one of these teams to go to the Super Bowl and fucking win it, man. You really do. I mean, in terms of the NFC, there is a favorite, but still, it's like, come on. But think about January, right? Think about it. Oh my God. Can you imagine CBS AFC Championship game? The Baltimore Ravens going up against the Buffalo Bills. It doesn't matter where it's at. It can be in Baltimore or it can be in Buffalo. Oh my God, dude. Can you imagine if we get an AFC Championship game that decides who goes to the Super Bowl with this kind of game? Oh my God, bro. I would not be able. I would actually. Holy shit. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness. All right. Let's move on to the final game of the week. Finally, we're almost here. Almost done. And after this, we will touch on fantasy, and then we will give our week 2 predictions. But let's not waste any more time. Okay, so for the final game on the week 1 slate, we had the Minnesota Vikings going up against the Chicago Bears. And man, let me tell you, that man JJ McCarthy did not look great. And let me tell you, one of my best friends, Hugo, who might be listening or watching, that man was very pissed off at the Vikings in that first half. But then all of a sudden, they kicked up and they won it against Caleb Williams and the Bears. And I know the topic is going to be talking about JJ McCarthy and whatnot, but holy moly, what is Caleb Williams doing out there? What is going on? That first drive was clinical. It was an amazing drive from Caleb Williams, but then what the hell happened after that? Oh my goodness. And there are some clips on Twitter. You can look it up and whatnot. Oh my goodness. This man is missing these easy throws to the running back, DeAndre Swift, or he's missing that crazy throw to DJ Moore that would have been a touchdown.
Oh,
you
without
know?
doubt.
Oh my goodness, what is going on? But let's talk about the Vikings first. JJ McCarthy, that second half looked way better. He looked more comfortable. Thank goodness, because after not playing the previous year, there's some pressure on him, you know? This is his first game. So in terms of that, Jordan Mason, nice interesting addition there. 15 attempts for 68 yards. He outran Aaron Jones, who kind of was not in too much there. But Justin Jefferson, of course, 4 receptions, 44 yards. Jalen Naylor also there. Hawkinson. Thielen didn't get anything, but he had 1 target. But anyways, but the Bears in that second half, if the Bears look, I mean, not the Bears, the Vikings in that second half, if they looked like how they did in that second half, they can definitely be a decent team. Now, unfortunately, I do have them on the downer compared to last season because there's no way JJ McCarthy is winning 14 fucking games. There's no way, right? Right?
Oh, no. Maybe 9. Maybe 9. 10,
That's what I'm
max.
saying. I think 9 to 10, but he looked really freaking good. And that defense, I mean, I probably would have to blame it on Caleb because Caleb, what is he doing, man? That second half, bro. Oh,
Yeah.
man, dude. Oh, okay. What do we think? Like, what should we talk about first? The Bears, the Vikings, and let's keep this quick because, yeah.
I think, real quick, I'll talk about the Vikings, man. I mean, JJ McCarthy, like you said, he had to get a rolling start, right? I mean, he threw that pick 6. He had a lot of incompletions, sacks, right? Literally second quarter or second half, he just led a match and he looked like Michigan JJ McCarthy. He realized he had a number 1 receiver, and one of the best in the league, in Justin Jefferson. And after that, this man started rolling, I think. And you know what's crazy? He grew up as a Chicago Bears fan, and he was mad that they passed him on the draft, so he had kind of a vendetta against them too. So, Vikings look good. As far for the Bears, bro, if Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson somehow don't work out, boy, Chicago's gonna go up in a riot. They gotta get something going. Caleb went 10 for 10 to start the game. So
yes, he did.
So yeah, so I know it's week 1. But the Bears gotta do good, man. I mean, it's the NFC North. I mean, you know, it's gonna be rough, but we'll see.
I'll say this before anyone else talks. Caleb not doing well this season is gonna spark a lot of conversation.
Oh yeah, it will.
I just can't blame it on Ben. I mean, in terms of clock management, there were some issues there with Ben. Okay, there were a bunch of issues there, but Caleb has to make the most simple throws. You know, he has to, because he was missing so many of those easy throws to the running back, the checkdowns, etc. Oh my god, man! Like, I'm getting worried for him. I really am. I'm getting worried.
I am too. I think this is a classic case of hero ball syndrome. I think once JJ McCarthy got going in the fourth quarter, he tried to keep up and just couldn't.
Yeah, that first drive, he looked like a number 1 pick. That first drive was great.
First half, he looked like a number 1 pick.
Yeah, so
we on the number 1 picks, number 2 on that draft, but we're not gonna talk about that right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
There was something gnawing at me during that fourth quarter, though. The fact that JJ McCarthy had to come back in the fourth quarter at all just to win that game, that reminded me so much of Tim Tebow.
Oh man, I don't want to talk about Team Tebow right now.
The Larlar.
No, no, he ruined the 2012 season for us. I don't want to get. I don't want to get into this. Keep going.
I
Anyways,
forgot about that.
it reminded me so much of Tim Tebow's time with the Broncos during that 2011 season, and I kept it just couldn't escape my mind the day after. I was just like, he really pulled a Tim Tebow against the Bears of all teams.
Yeah,
Now,
we'll see.
now,
That's hard to do.
granted, the Vikings defense finally managed to adjust to
Oh yeah,
what Caleb Williams and Ben Johnson were doing. So credit to Brian Flores.
Yep.
I always appreciate when a defense, locks the fuck in.
Yep.
But JJ McCarthy, I would say, please step it up.
I need
Like
more.
what you did in the fourth quarter, do that in all 4 quarters.
I need more
We'll
from
see it this Sunday
JJ.
night. If he can,
You need more. Larlar, you say you need more from JJ?
I need more from JJ, honestly. Like, I'm not a fan of the Vikings, but I'd like to root for them because of my best friend Hugo. But it's like, for both Hugo and his girlfriend Emily's sake, I really want the Vikings to do well. Even though I have them not making the playoffs, I want them to do well because of them. But it's like, I need to see more from JJ, man. I really do. That first half, they cannot start like that in the first half. He can't do it. He can't do it.
Honestly,
Go ahead.
Honestly, I think JJ McCarthy will step up. I definitely think he will. But, and with that, honestly, I think Caleb will step it up too. I know it's week 1.
I think
I
he will.
generally think Caleb can step it up. I think he generally can. He does try to do hero ball a lot and try to make those passes where you really don't gotta go too crazy. But I think he and McCarthy will step it up eventually. And I think they'll be not too crazy this season, but definitely down the road. I think if both teams do, I think if Caleb does better this season, I think they're gonna still try to keep developing them and shit.
Yeah.
I see like a 9-8 season maybe.
I see more like 7 wins.
Fair
But-
enough.
7 or 8, So around
Yeah.
that time,
But
Right.
boy, they better work it out.
You said what?
I said, boy, I pray it works out between Caleb and Ben. So
I really do too.
Yeah.
But
'Cause I like Caleb, so
I'm very worried though. I'm starting to get really worried about Caleb because again, just to end this segment, there were a lot of glimpses of hope in that first half, especially in that first drive. But man, that second half was really rough to watch. Really rough.
right.
Really rough. Okay.
Yeah.
That does it for the slate. Holy shit, we did it. So now let's go into this next segment here. The podcast episode is almost done. Don't worry about it. But let's go ahead and go through some very quick storylines. I'm just going to go ahead and just say it. And then you guys can go ahead and give a very short thought, I guess. But in terms of, let's talk about the quick stories to know regarding the NFL. We have Jabril Peppers signing with the Steelers the other day. Very interesting. Steelers going up against, I forgot who they're going up against, but they're getting Peppers here. And that Steelers defense is probably going to be pretty good, or at least even better.
Seahawks this week.
Yeah, they got the Seahawks next.
Oh, man, that's
Darnold is going to see a million ghosts.
That's not great.
The DK Metcalf revenge game.
Also,
Yes.
but it is at home. It is at home. So
It is in Pittsburgh, yeah.
Yep.
Alright.
And DK Metcalf. Yep.
Oh,
Which honestly leads me to believe the Peppers signing is it's not really going to impact it's not really going to create much of an impact for that Steelers defense, at least not at the moment. It could down the line.
he still is a great player though, so I think
He
it
is,
will.
he is a great player. I will give him that.
Very versatile.
All right. Next up is the fact that George Kittle is going to be on IR. So 4 weeks of no George Kittle. Not great for any fantasy folk who have him on fantasy. But also, once again, just the Niners are becoming the 2029ers again. I don't know what to say. Same thing here goes for Brock Purdy. Kyle Shanahan, the head coach of the Niners, told reporters that Brock Purdy could miss multiple weeks and that he is a long shot to play Sunday at New Orleans. 49ers QB Mac Jones is in line to start.
Yep, we're losing to Mac Jones.
Oh
It's that
boy.
simple.
Whoa.
Hopefully not. But
I mean, all he's got to do is give it to CMC and freaking Pearsall, and he should be fine.
that's true. Let's talk about the fact that the NFL is fining Jalen Carter $57,222, which is basically his game check for spitting on Dak Prescott. So no suspended game here. I feel like it would have been a really big loss if he did not get to play against the Kansas City Chiefs upcoming here. But Jalen Carter, please, just be better, man. Come on, don't be stupid.
And I
Don't
think
be
they
dumb.
said him being kicked out during the first game, like during the first play, was basically serving as the 1-game suspension since he was out. Basically,
That might as well have been a 1-game suspension. Yeah.
Pretty much. And last one here is the fact that Jets are releasing wide receiver and punt returner Xavier Gibson. And, well, Aaron Glenn is doing the Lord's work because that man
"Get your bitch ass out."
That man actually cut a player for doing something that stupid. But then again, Xavier Gibson was not a great player for a while. So
That boy ran to the end zone versus that Texans team
in other words,
and
took
dropped the
long
ball.
yes, it basically turned the tide of the Steelers game, and unfortunately we lost because of it. But yeah, so thanks to Xavier Gibson, but unfortunately, man, we just had to move on. So yeah, let's go ahead and go through now our fantasy football week 1 scores here.
oh no,
as we well, I don't know about that, but this is a new segment here on the Talkin Football with Larlar podcast. So let's talk about the week 1 scores. So, well, let me tell you, Mac wins it, or where is it? Week 1. Here we go. So Marcelo wins against me. Mac wins against Andrew. RBM wins against Emmett. Coop wins against King. Max wins against Neptune, and Incog wins against Brandon. Very close one here with Incog and Brandon here. 10-point swing. Same with Coop and King. 6-point swing. Everybody else kind of a little bit there, but I mean, really not much. I mean, in terms of this segment, it's going to be very, very quick, but I just wanted to give a very quick recap of our fantasy league. So, just because I don't want to accidentally dox people. Marcelo, Mac, RBM, Coop, Max, and Incog start the year 1-0. And in terms of week 2, I go up against Mac. RBM goes up against Marcelo. Andrew goes up against Emmett. Coop goes up against Max. King goes up against Incog. And Neptune goes up against Brandon to cap off week 2. And not really much in terms of like craziness of what's the word? Transactions. But still something to think about. So let's see who wins against each other in week 2, because this season of fantasy is going to be very, very competitive. So let's hope that continues.
You better believe it.
All right. But now let's get into the more important segment. We have to do our pick'ems for week 2 of the NFL season. And because everybody's, I'm not sure if everybody will be here on a week-to-week basis. I will be the only one being tracked in terms of picks. So we are currently 9-7, and so now we have to make our pick'ems for week 2 to end off this premiere episode of Talkin Football with Larlar. So let's talk about it. Who wins? Commanders, Packers. Well, Max.
Packers.
Whoa.
Oh.
Whoa.
Matt.
Okay.
Max, here's the thing, man.
Give me up.
I'm gonna go Packers here, bro.
Hey, no, I agree with you.
Okay.
I
No.
perfectly agree.
Now, if the Packers didn't get Micah Parsons, I would have said Washington here, but Micah Parsons alone kind of changed my opinion. I'm going Green Bay Packers.
I think the
I
Packers
think-
take it.
I honestly, I got Washington the upset. I
Really?
If
Washington the
anything,
upset.
it's by like 3 points.
By a field goal. Yeah, by a field goal.
I
Don't get me
think-
wrong, it's possible.
And
I
Lambeau.
think we can.
Yep.
I think we can. Like we can win. We can also lose badly. I still got PTSD from the yesteryears of days as a Washington fan. But I think it's possible. Maybe Jordan Love's like, oh hey, I suck again, and throws like 3 picks, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So yeah. Cause I mean Micah Parsons, I ain't scared about that, man. Scared about no damn Micah Parsons.
They're gonna give him more reps though.
Don't contain him.
All right.
You just better hope he doesn't stop the run.
All right. Next game here is Jaguars Bengals. Ooh, this is a very interesting one.
Oh God!
Now look, 91% is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie because the Bengals.
Oh man, where's it at?
It's in
It's in
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati.
1:00.
Oh man. Sheesh. That Jaguars defense was honestly impressed me the most. I was really underestimating them.
You know what? I'm going for the upset here. I'm going Jaguars.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going Jaguars here.
Oh,
I
see.
don't agree with that one. I still think the Bengals have a high-powered offense, and given that it's going to be in Cincinnati, it's going to be their first home game. I think Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins bounce back. And I think that even though that Bengals defense is quite sus, I think they will do just enough to kind of sneak past Jacksonville. I'm going Cincinnati on this one.
Now hear me out, right? Listen, hear me out. I know it's Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and T. Higgins with that offense, but who's to say the Jaguars can have a high-powered offense either? 'Cause they got
That's what I'm
ETN.
saying. I'm
Travis
kinda
Hunter could
scared.
go crazy. Brian
Oh,
Thomas
yeah,
could go
and-
crazy.
and-
Trevor Lawrence
and-
returned to form.
And I think
You
it
know,
was, and I think it was reported today that Travis is going to take more defensive snaps this game. So,
Oh fuck.
Just hope we
I
don't get cooked like last week.
was like, I don't know. I was like, he's going to go up against Jamar and T. Oh man, honestly, give me Jaguars in the upset too.
Wow.
I think if the
Okay.
Jaguars win, it's going to be very close. If the Bengals win, it will probably be like a double-digit win. I think.
I think the Bengals will self implode. That's what I think.
Oh God. Hopefully not. Jesus Christ.
what I
Like.
think.
Hopefully not. All right. Let's move on.
Okay, well,
Let's move on. Dallas, New York Giants. I mean, this is come on.
the
Dallas
Giants.
This is academic. I'm going Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I got Cowboys. Cowboys look good against the Eagles.
As a
Dallas.
hater, I'm gonna say the Giants.
Aren't you a hater of both teams?
Yeah, but I hate the Cowboys more.
I got Cowboys in this one.
You know what,
Cowboys,
fair enough.
Right.
Cowboys look good.
Abdul
Cowboys
Carter breakout game. 550 million sacks on Dak Prescott.
Whew. I think Dak will do because Dak looked good against the Eagles, man. So
I
Yeah.
think CD Lamb will find his hands and lead the Cowboys
yeah,
to victory.
I think
So.
CD was literally staying after practice all week. So I got Cowboys.
Mhm. He's locking the fuck in.
Yep.
Cowboys.
Russell Wilson returning the prime form. 400 yards.
I don't know about that.
50 million touchdowns.
All
Tyrone
right.
Tracy, 3 million touchdowns.
All right.
Anywho,
Next game. Bears Lions. We gotta go Lions here. There's no way they lose to the
I'm
Bears.
saying the big.
No. I'm going Lions here, guys.
I
I'm
don't
going
know.
Lions here. Going Lions here.
That Lions team did not look good, man. I don't.
Listen, honestly, Larlar. I mean, listen.
Wait,
Don't
Ben
they
Johnson
Lions?
revenge game too?
No way. Lions win it. Lions win it.
Wait, you're
I
saying
do
that?
think the Lions. I think the Lions will win, but if the Bears win, who?
I don't know.
The media's gonna
I
get loud.
truly think Ben was planning this game even though they had the Vikings game. Give me Bears.
No. I think everybody got to chill out. The Lions are going to come back and they're at home. They're going to get that. They're going to get rejuvenated, bro. They're going to get it.
Hang on.
Yeah, the Bears are. They're rejuvenated.
Hang on. There is a realm where the Bears do win this game. However, if they do win, I think it's just barely.
Ha.
I just don't see it though. I'm taking the Lions.
I got Bears in the upset, man.
For the funny,
If it was in Chicago, I'd say the Bears, but it's in Detroit, so I'm saying Lions.
All right.
But
don't let the Bears win this game, bro. Don't let the Bears win
I
this
was going to say this right now. Do not let the Bears win this game. If the Bears win this game, oh my God, the Lions are actually dead. They're actually going to be dead.
The media will be so loud. It will be so loud.
Jared Goof?
Oh no.
Dan Campbell, a fraud? Oh.
Dan Campbell carried?
All right, let's talk about the next game here. Rams Titans. Rams, here we go.
This one's academic. I'm going
All right,
Rams.
Cam Ward breakout game, 300 yards.
You got Rams defense, bro? Nah.
Fully.
Nah, I feel bad.
You saw what that defense did to CJ Stroud.
All right.
You think Cam Ward's got a chance? No.
Okay. All right, next game, and this is for King's sake. Patriots, Dolphins in Miami. Guys, if the Dolphins lose this game, it's going to get really loud.
It's already loud.
It's already loud.
Yeah, I know it's already loud, but I'm going to say it's going to be even louder.
Oh,
King might be a part of the DMV again and choose us.
And I'm going to just say this right now. You know what? I'm going Patriots. I'm going Patriots. I'm going Patriots. I can't. The Dolphins look so bad, dude. They look so bad. Mike Vrabel is not going to lose to that fucking... He's not.
But here's the thing, too, right? Let's say Miami wins. How loud would it be for the Patriots starting off 0-2?
Honestly, not that loud. Honestly, not that loud considering they're a rebuilding team.
The Dolphins had a lot more, not a lot more, but a bit more expectations. Well, actually, hold on now.
Yeah,
no, I think the Dolphins have. I think the Dolphins have more to lose in this game, which I think I'm going to go the upset here. I think the Dolphins get their shit together and win this game.
I don't know.
I don't know, dude. It's crazy because on ESPN, these pick'ems right here, 56% pick the Patriots, 44% pick the Dolphins. So it's very close.
Like it's Cole Gonzalez coming back?
Nope.
Wait, is it in? Is it at?
Who's going to cover the top? If you got Waddle and Tyreek gone, who's going to cover the top?
Exactly.
Oh man!
You
know what?
That's why I'm picking Miami. Patriots have no secondary right now.
I think Dolphins are going to come back. I think Dolphins will get back.
Ooh, Patriots secondary. Ooh.
That's literally what's killing me.
Wait, it's at the Patriots, right?
No, it's in Miami.
It's in Miami.
Oh, it's in Miami. Damn.
I'm still gonna go Patriots. I'm going Patriots. Fuck it.
I think it's gonna be an offensive game.
I'm going Patriots.
I think it will.
Because I was about to say
that favors Miami, so that I'm taking Miami.
I was about to say if it's in Foxborough, Tyreek Hill is not leaving that stadium. But Patriots.
Oh god. All right. Let's move on. Niners Saints. This is Niners, right? Niners.
This is academic. Even with Mac Jones starting for the Niners, and even with George Kittle out,
whoa,
it's still going to be the 49ers. CMC is going to run all over us.
Is Rattler still starting?
Yeah, Rattler's still starting.
I don't know, man. I got Saints. Wait, where's it at?
In New Orleans.
I got Saints in that one. I truly think I got Saints in that one.
With Kittle not out, Purdy potentially not playing, Juwan.
I'm gonna just tell you right now, if we win that game, that is our Super Bowl.
But here's the thing, man. The 49ers defense, it's not as strong as it has been in the last years for this year.
I think y'all are sleeping on them. I really think y'all are sleeping on that defense.
I think Kellen Moore is going to cook something up, give it to Spencer Rattler, and do good. That's what I think.
Hey,
I got Niners.
Me hopes so.
I got Niners.
But I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna say the Niners.
I got Niners, dude. All right, this is a little bit disrespectful, but the Bills Jets here, 1 o'clock
Oh.
CBS, 97%
Oh,
pick the Bills. I'm going
Oh,
Jets,
man.
obviously, but this is nuts, man. 97-3 is crazy. We
we
have
see
a
the way Josh
shot.
Allen.
We
I
have
mean,
a
granted.
shot. I don't care. We have a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
We
funnily
have a
enough,
shot.
y'all generally could come out and win this game. Like,
Is it in MetLife?
It's in
It's in
MetLife.
MetLife.
Oh, I think Jets fans are going to come out to that game after what they saw in week
Look,
one.
bro, I'm telling you right now, we have a chance. 97-3 is nuts. I would understand if it was like 90-10, but 97-3 is absolutely crazy for this.
That is kind of a slap in the face. Yeah.
I got Bills by 1 touchdown. I think Justin Fields will impress people again this game, but I mean
God.
those couple first weeks for y'all Larlar is tough.
No, yeah, I agree. I will say this though, if the Jets win ahead and go ahead and just like, have a great game like how they did against Pittsburgh, but we just do some dumb shit to the point where we lose against the Bills, then I think I will start to get pissed off at that point.
Yeah.
So,
Unfortunately, I kind of have to go Buffalo with this one, but I do think the Jets will keep it close.
all right.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Nope. All right. Let's go. Seahawks Steelers. This should be Steelers. Yes. I mean,
Sam
think
Darnold
so, yeah,
breakout
Steelers.
game.
Steelers, that's pretty unanimous.
Max, come on, man.
I still don't know how. Wait, what'd you say, Max?
Said Sam Darnold second breakout game, bro. Oh my god.
I don't
You
think so.
don't mean that.
This Steelers defense. I mean, granted, like, yeah, they give up a lot of points, but I don't. Nah, Steelers, man. That's just
Steelers,
unanimous.
bro. Just go Steelers. All right, next
Steelers.
up, Browns Ravens. I mean, shit. Jesus Christ. In
I
Baltimore,
am
Ravens, bro.
In
Come
Baltimore?
I am
Yeah.
absolutely 1,000,000% going the Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
In
on that one.
Baltimore Ravens, when they had the Cleveland Browns.
Joe Flacco back in Ravens territory?
Yep.
That don't mean shit.
Will they cheer or boo him?
They should be cheering. They better cheer.
They might cheer him.
The only reason they have a Super Bowl, Lamar not
Then
helping.
again, the Lions booed Matthew Stafford, which surprised me when he came back for the first time.
That is true. All right.
I got
Man, you know Detroit. That's why they're.
Alright.
Never mind.
All right. Next up. Oh man, this might cause a little bit of conversation here. Broncos Colts 4:05 on CBS in Indianapolis. Guys, I'll just say this right now, man. I'm on the Danny Dimes train, bro. I'm going Colts.
Bro, my God, bro.
I'm on the Colts, bro.
How about we relax and go Broncos?
Keep in
bro?
mind, Daniel Jones was facing Walmart cashiers last game.
No, yeah, I'm joking. Let's go Broncos.
This game, he's facing Patrick Surtain. Who else? Hufunga is in the backfield now. They just paid what's his name? Defensive end.
Ray Greenlaw, there's
Not Greenlaw. Other guy. Bento? What's his
Bento,
name?
yeah.
Yeah, but they just paid
Benito.
Yeah. Benito, like, nah. I think Daniel Jones is gonna get humbled this game. And I got Broncos by 2 touchdowns.
I think Daniel Jones goes back to being Danny Derps, especially against that Broncos secondary. Give me the Broncos.
I agree.
Even if
But
that
if the
offense looks
Colts win,
sluggish and ugly.
So what,
I
Max?
don't know, man.
but if the Colts win, and
Oh,
Daniel Jones puts up that same stat line that he did against the
man.
Dolphins,
oh.
Dude,
was
that's
it
gonna
was
hurt.
it New York?
Dude, that
Was it
right
New York?
there would hurt Anthony Richardson more.
I
Right.
know, and I want to see
If
black men
anything, that might
succeed.
cause if anything, that might cause the Colts to trade AR.
No,
Ah.
I don't think they're gonna trade him, dude. I'm not.
To
they're-
I
the
don't-
Raiders. Here we go.
All right, let's not get off topic here, though. Let's not get off topic here. Let's move on.
I got
Panthers.
Broncos.
Panthers at Cardinals. Cardinals.
All right, Cardinals.
Unless Bryce Young shows me something, I'm going Cardinals until further notice.
Unless Bryce Young has a Peyton Manning day or some shit.
I'll tell you this much. The final game last year, we won and we kicked them out of the playoffs. That was the game that they could not win.
Oh,
Now y'all about to go
true.
0-2. So Cardinals 2?
I think this is where we step it back. I think we'll win by a field goal. Panthers.
I think this is
I
where
like the way
Kyler
he
Murray.
thinks.
Now, y'all might be able to stop Marvin Harrison, but I
J.C.
think,
Horn.
yeah, he's going to lock up Marvin Harrison. However, this one's going to be a big day for Trey McBride and James
Yeah.
Conner. I'm going to take the Cardinals on this one.
Granted,
I'm gonna
I
go
don't think it's going to be a
Cardinals.
good game. I think the game is going to be ass, but I got Panthers to win.
Yeah, this game is going to be probably one of the more boring matchups,
Yeah,
if I'm
it's
being
not gonna be
perfectly honest.
Wait, Larlar, is this a 425 game?
405
Is a 4
in
or 5.
Arizona.
No, brother.
It's in Phoenix.
Oh yeah. Oh, because it's West Coast. All right. Yeah. All right.
Oh, brother.
All right, next up, America's Game of the Week on Fox, 425. The Philadelphia Super Bowl 59
Oh.
winners go up against the Kansas City Chiefs, who they whooped their fucking ass in New
I don't
Orleans.
understand why this is not a primetime game, but
It's probably some Fox thingy that they just can't move the game. Also, okay, in terms of this game, I think the Eagles will win it.
is it?
It will
Kansas
not.
City?
It will not be an ass whooping, but I think the Eagles win this.
Where's it at?
It's in
Kansas
Kansas
City.
City.
Oh wow.
I think despite that, it's going to be as offensive as the first Super Bowl matchup between those two. But this time, I think the Eagles will win, probably by a field goal.
Is Worthy out?
No, yeah.
TBD.
No,
TBD.
TBD. Yeah.
I think he might be out. Honestly, I got Eagles in this one, man. I think the Eagles defense is gonna. Granted, I know the Eagles defense lost a lot of power, but I think Jalen Hurts will get it done. I think AJ Brown lights it up. I truly think so.
And if that
I know
second, if that secondary for the Chiefs plays like how they did against Herbert, oh boy, GG.
Yeah, dude, I'm worried about that
Oh,
Chiefs
boy.
defense. I am worried about that Chiefs defense. Like I've never seen a Spags defense like that before.
Yeah, I agree.
All I know
haven't
is
seen
Cooper
Spags
DeJean ain't
defense.
getting that pick six.
Yeah, I got Eagles.
Yeah, no, I don't
I
think
haven't
so
seen it.
either, Max.
I haven't seen a Spagnola defense look like that since the 2009 Rams.
Oh yeah, that was a bad year for them.
Really bad.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Sunday Night Football, Atlanta versus Minnesota in Minnesota. This is JJ McCarthy. This is Kirk Cousins' return on the bench in Atlanta against the Vikings. This is Penix's. I mean,
But do you also know what this game is? It's the 2023 National Championship rematch.
oh shit.
Oh, he's right.
No
Oh,
wonder it's
shit.
Sunday Night Football. Those bastards.
Oh shit.
That is sneaky. That is sneaky.
That's sneaky. It's sneaky.
Give me Vikings. Actually, whoa. Actually,
Oh,
I'm going
whoa,
Falcons.
actually,
I'm going Falcons. I'm gonna
I
go
was gonna
Falcons.
say, give me
Are you on the
Falcons.
Falcons train?
Oh,
Shut up.
Man. Oh man.
I might go Falcons here only because I actually really like what Penix did. JJ cannot start how he started against the Bears, but that's the Bears. I think the Falcons are more respected. I think the Falcons win this one.
Yeah, something tells me AJ Terrell is going to have a big night locking up Justin Jefferson. Jesse Bates might, the Falcons like running a lot of zone, I've noticed. And
Yeah.
Jesse Bates works really well in zone defense.
Yeah. The Vikings are also wearing their throwback uniforms for this game.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything. I think the
That's not
Falcons
gonna
win
do
this one.
man.
Go ahead and give me the Falcons.
I think the Falcons win this one. All right.
Yeah, I think Penis takes this one, bro.
I'm not saying this because I'm a Panthers fan. I'm not saying this because I'm a Panthers fan. I think I got Vikings on this one, man. I think I do.
Hey, the Saints fan in me wants the Vikings to win that one, but
Well,
I just don't see it happening.
Is Harrison Smith going to be out again this game? Because that's going to tell a lot of difference too in terms of the deep threat that Mike Penix.
I think TBD at the moment, but
Okay.
I haven't seen anything about Harrison Smith, so I'm not quite sure.
I think JJ. I think he can get through this Falcons defense. I know the Falcons defense underrated, but I think he could find a way to get through.
Okay, let's move
Let's
on.
hope so.
Let's move on to the final two matchups, which is a Monday night doubleheader. We have the Tampa Bay Bucks against the Houston Texans at 7 o'clock, and the Chargers Raiders at 10 o'clock Eastern time. I will
that's a
say
late
this
game.
right now. I will be completely honest with you. That Houston offensive line needs to really start to figure it out because the Bucs are probably winning this game. And the Chargers, I think, will be winning this game.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
5-4
I
for the
agree.
Bucks is lethal, especially Vita Vea.
Yep.
Right, Vita
Houston
Vea.
has no shot. CJ Stroud is just gonna keep running for his life, looking for Nico and whoever else to throw to. I
Yep.
just don't see him.
Baker looked
I d-
real good, bro. Ibuka too, man. What's the name? Yeah, Ibuka, bro. Bro.
Yep.
I man, I got Bucks on that one, and Chargers. I think they're going to continue their momentum. I think Justin Herbert's looking real good.
Yeah, I didn't
I
get to the
think
other matchup yet.
Quentin Johnson, man, he looked good too. So I think that's going to carry that momentum. And bro, the Chargers defense is underrated. Like Henry as a second year I believe, second year linebacker, and then you got all these young guys back there. I got Chargers for that one too.
I also have Chargers. I think it's not so much their defense. I think even if their defense looked the way it did last year, they would have gotten the job done. It's their offense.
Now
I do think Justin Herbert is taking that step up that he's been needing to take. And I
yeah,
think Jim Harbaugh is doing a really good job with him so far.
yeah.
Now, if he can get those balls to Lad McConkey and can continue that momentum from the Brazil game, this should be, in theory, an easy win
Oh
for the
yeah.
Chargers.
And I'll add this last thing too. Jim Harbaugh and Pete Carroll, they go way back to the college days, like
Oh,
Yeah.
they go
US
way back.
I agree.
way back.
Yeah.
They go way back. So I'm excited to see how that game's gonna go too
And then
between them.
in NFL standards, it's also Niners Seahawks. Remember that? Oh my God! Like,
Yep.
Yep.
Remember, Legion of Boom.
Yep. They
all
go
right,
way back.
all right. We have finalized our pick'ems. We got, or at least for me, I have the Packers, Jaguars, Cowboys, Lions, Rams, Patriots, Niners, Jets, Steelers, Ravens, Broncos, Cardinals, Eagles, Falcons, Bucks, and Chargers. And the final question here says, how many total points will be scored in Chargers Raiders?
Remember that one game where it was 63-21?
That's not happening again. I also don't think this
Hell
will be
no.
a highly offensive scoring game. Give me 40. Give me 48.
I'm going 53.
I like 48 for some
Uh,
reason.
I got
There's-
I mean like 30. I mean Gino and Justin.
Actually, no. Give me 50. Give me 50. Give me 50.
50?
There you
27
go.
23. I like that. 27 23. I like that.
I'm going. You know what?
I'm going 30.
I'm going 30 to 23.
I'm going 30-20. That's what I'm going with.
In mine, I did 35-24, so I did like 59 around that.
Oh, wow. Okay. Shit. All right. Well, this wraps up the first episode of Talkin Football with Larlar. Holy moly, a packed, crazy
sir.
episode. Thank you guys so much for being here, man. Max, RBM, and Brandon, and King for this rant against the
You're
Dolphins.
welcome, my guy.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys. Make sure you guys hit that follow button and hit that subscribe button for more weekly episodes of Talkin Football with Larlar. I will have to figure out if I can get this stuff onto Spotify. I don't know. We'll see. I have no idea, but it's going to be on YouTube for the time being. Every single Tuesday night, we will be doing this podcast, and I do understand that this episode has gone like for a big long time, but I think in the future episodes we will definitely like cut it down shorter. If anything, I might make each game maybe a 7-minute segment. We will see. We'll figure it out. I'll figure it out for before next week. But thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that episode. And once again, tune in live next Tuesday night where we will talk about week 2 of the NFL season, give our predictions for week 3. And once again, it will be live on twitch.tv/AZLarlar every single Tuesday night at around 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. and it will be live on YouTube the very next day at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern. So thank you guys so much for watching and listening, and hope you guys have a great night. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Bye-bye.
All right. That was the end of the podcast. Holy shit. A whole big ass fucking episode,
damn.
man.
Man, what a
Forgot
start.
to say Commander 17-0. Damn.
Oh, if they win next week, you can still say it.
Nah, honestly,
All right.
hold on.
Here is what I will say. If you guys want to be the weekly guys here, I'd be more than happy to have you guys on. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
Yes,
I should be able to.
Tuesday nights at like 7:30 to 8 p.m. And I will say we definitely will need to cut down on like the game segments because those really took a while sometimes.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's week 1. We were just
It is definitely week 1.
What's gonna happen?
What I will have to say, we'll just have to see in terms of like how long each segment was. Like I will have to just see how long each segment was, and then if it went close to like 15, then we gotta like half it then at that point. So
honestly, I think a good idea would be to like give each of us maybe like 30 to 45 seconds to
okay.
Like, give our
there you go.
Yeah, kind of give us like a 30 give us like 30 seconds to give us like just quick thoughts. Things like
and
that.
I also like or also each game having like a certain amount of time, right? I also like that as well. So
all right. Well, Max.
So, by the way,
go
when we beat
ahead.
the Packers, if we beat the Packers, before we get to the Chiefs, we're starting off the season 7-0, bro. I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Yeah. But no. Sorry for coming in. It's also sorry for coming in a little late.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. I mean, literally, just as long as you just tell me beforehand, then we happy to have you. It's just that like when it comes down to like each podcast episode, I definitely want it to be like
consistent.
Not only consistent, but if we can like keep it to like 4 people, then that'd be great. Because I feel like if we had more than 6, then it'd be just nuts. It's not a podcast anymore. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so well, next Tuesday, guys, 7:30 to 8 potentially p.m. Eastern, and once again, I'll figure out in terms of like how long each everything is, but yeah. So
yeah, you say you want to try to put this stuff like on Spotify and Apple Music and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like I just don't know what that process is. So it's kind of like it's definitely going to be on YouTube. So like that's
first and foremost, you're not going to be able to do it with Apple Music. You'd have to go to Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, I would just have to like,
and it would probably be the same process if you were to do it on Spotify.
Yeah, but again, I don't know that process, so I'll just have to figure it out and see how it is.
Yeah.
So, all right, I will end stream here. You guys can go ahead and leave the call and whatnot. I will join the other 4 in a little bit here, before a little bit. So, thank you guys.
Okay.
I'll end stream. So I'll see y'all. Thank you guys once again. And when I tweet out the podcast tomorrow, make sure you guys give it some love because it's first episode. So yeah.
Yeah, I'll tweet it.
All right. Thank you guys. Bye bye. I'm gonna end stream.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all in terms of whoever was listening and watching and whatnot. Once again, this episode of Talking Football with Larlar is going to be up tomorrow at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. So please make sure to look forward to that on AZLarlar Plus. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next stream. Unfortunately, we could not get into some Mario Kart World because I did not expect this episode to be so long. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Bye. Bye-bye. See y'all. Ooh, in terms of next stream, it's going to be Friday morning for the direct. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye.